Well, howdy and hello, whoever's watching. Don't know if this is going on YouTube or not. In fact, I'm gonna keep
Put it, bro.
muted. Well, sure. But Thursday Shenanigans.
Shenanigans where we're having a serious conversation, bro.
Very serious debate. Possibly a very heated debate. We will see.
Well, I actually do have a serious question.
What's up?
Like this is, I'm not trolling at all when I ask this. So, when it comes to video game developers, do dead companies count?
Yeah.
Do they count, or can it only be
They
now?
should, right? I mean, they made stuff at some point.
Because we're making a top 10 of all time. So, if it would ever happen in time, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And if someone and the thing is, if someone doesn't agree, then they could use that as a pick. Because my idea was, I don't know if anyone actually watched the videos I linked with Max and his crews doing it. Basically, whatever you want to vote out, like when it's your turn, you'd be like, well, I don't want that group in, they're not goated with the sauce. Also, can you hear me fine, Ronald? Am I coming in fine?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. David, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear both of you fine.
Okay, just making sure. I already told Ronald, but I'm gonna be what's it called? Just grinding rivals. Probably have our discussion. But yeah, I'd already made a list of like devs to choose from. It was just to get things started because I figured like at some point one of these would get picked, and then people can just add in whatever else they want, and depending on how many people actually join, we could kind of get through it fairly quick.
Yeah.
Potentially, at least to the top 10 portion. After that, it'll kind of take a second.
Wait.
Is there anyone who's like for sure joining?
Well, Tim's in chat.
Michael and
He said add
Tim's
young
in
horses.
the chat? Oh, you mean the Twitch chat? I was like, wow, it's
I'm actually taking everything down Tim is requesting. So far, Nintendo, out. HAL, out.
Dang.
So, he can keep asking all he wants. Anything horse school related, mega out.
Dang. The
Perma
bias
banned.
is crazy. Well, I mean, have they made anything else of note? I don't know how to phrase that.
Ronald's asking if it's Kino. Ronald's asking.
Wait, if what's Kino? Oh, that developer?
I don't know.
But yeah, when they get Telltale. Wait, is Telltale really not deserved to...
No, if you're not, you have to be in here voting stuff out, you guys. See? No one ever pays attention. In fact, Ronald, float Telltale the top 10.
Wait, Grasshopper as in... Oh, wait, wait, what?
Grasshopper Manufacturer.
What is that? Also, I probably should have prefaced this. There's probably a lot of these developers I'm not even going to know who y'all are talking about.
You ever heard of the Samurai Champloo game? That's all I need to know.
Oh, well, is that the only thing they made?
They don't... No, they've made a lot more, but... Like I said, that's all you need to know.
Oh, fair.
You, specifically.
Well, yeah, we should be live for at least an hour. Poker night and...
See, everyone was like, this is why you needed to make... this! Everyone's like, when's it starting? And you're like, now?
We start Thursday streams the same time, literally all the time.
I'm actually a little confused here.
Oh, what's up?
The same time, Ronald? Are you 100% sure? Would you bet money on that?
Yes, I would. When have we ever started?
Someone pull up the VOD of us starting at like 8 p.m.
What, for a Sonic podcast? I don't recall that.
Confused. I'm actually confused. Are we like, we're not creating our own list? We're like, we're
No,
all like,
this is a
supposed to
community-
come to quote unquote open.
Yeah, this is a community debate,
Oh, shoot.
basically. But that's why
Oh,
if you
snap.
have a list and you notice anything on your list that's not here, you can add it.
Okay, Ronald, let me take a look at my list. Let me take a look at my notes quickly.
Yeah. Oh wait,
So
my bad.
let me.
I just
Sucker
realized.
Punch, is Sucker Punch in there? Sucker Punch Productions. I don't see it.
Sucker
I know
Punch
for
is
sure
not-
that's
yeah.
on my list.
You could vote to add it, because that's
Yeah.
how we're gonna start.
Well, my bad. That's the
Okay,
other
where
thing.
do
I
we
need to
vote?
share this in
Also,
Discord.
was Aiden really throwing? Was that Grasshopper Shade? I will not accept that.
Let's see. Okay, so in Discord, can y'all see the screen? No, Sega's here. Yeah, under Nintendo.
Yeah.
Let me bold all these.
Yeah, Sucker Punch Productions, definitely a company that many people highly respect. I mean, just Ghost of Tsushima alone, I think, would convince a lot of people to put it on there.
Yeah, don't worry. Like I said, I only made this list to get things started.
Yeah, this is the
isn't
starter
the
list.
end all be all. As I've said like 4 times now.
Oh, sorry, I was just...
Yeah, well, first off, can everyone
Yeah, you're fine.
see?
I was just explaining why.
Can you guys see what's
Okay.
there so far? I'm sharing it in Discord, and then those of you on stream as well. In fact, we'll get Graham on the screen for now. Well, actually, so now you guys can see? Okay, good.
I'm gonna check to look at my notes. Let's see, you could... I think one game that's not on the list would be Rocksteady. I'll type in Rocksteady. They're the
Rockstar.
makers. Actually, you know what? Screw Rocksteady. You know what? I'll let people decide.
Wait,
They've
never-
had good games, but then they
Wait, why'd
butchered
you say
one
never
game.
mind?
Like I said, you could add whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, at the end of the
What about
day,
Midway?
we were trying to narrow this down to a top 10. So, oh snap. Hang on, the bot's getting in the window. Yeah, we're trying to narrow this down to a top 10. So, you want to make sure that whatever you're suggesting can actually hang with whatever will be in top 10.
Or you can metagame it and pick something in there you know that will potentially block something else out, just depending on your argumentation skills.
Okay.
That's half
That's a
that's
good
half the
point.
fun too.
In fact, let me, PopCap. Let me see.
All right. So one
Okay.
particular. So what? I have a question.
Midway.
When do we actually like start like debating to take out like companies?
Well,
Like,
now.
are we like doing it now?
Whatever you
Wait,
see
right
that
now?
you don't agree with, well, yeah.
Get Konami out of there. Get Konami out of there.
Oh my god. Wait, Ronald, are we actually starting?
Well, why would we not start?
Or are we waiting for the...
There's been suggestions
Can I
mentioned.
explain? Okay.
Wait, what, David?
So I'd like to explain why I want Konami to be the first company out of this list. So yeah, if we were living in the like the 2000 like the 90s or the 2000s or maybe even like the late 2000s, I would say yeah, Konami definitely deserves to be a top 10, but not anymore. Konami has like, first of all, they butchered the Metal Gear Solid series. Just Metal Gear Survive. You know, they made that without Hideo Kojima, and that was like an insult to the Metal Gear Solid series. I mean, I can't believe they even used that logo. And also, regarding Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm still pretty upset with Konami regarding what they did with Kojima. Because first of all, they fired Kojima immediately. Kojima, like, I could see where Konami was coming from a little bit, because Kojima, based on what I've heard, it sounded like that Kojima wanted like more money from Konami, and Konami couldn't like afford to fund Metal Gear Solid 5 as much, so they were like, you know what, we'll just fire you. So they got him out. But here's the worst part though. Metal Gear Solid 5, even in its incomplete state, still got a Game of the Year award. And Konami actually sent a lawyer to Kojima saying you can't come to the Game of the Year award and pick up your award, which was,
Dang.
I think, a complete awful move. Yeah. So just that, I think that alone is worth banning Konami from this list. And not to mention all the other like stuff. Konami has only recently, in the last few years, has only recently gotten back to single-player games. To be fair, they made a really great Silent Hill 2 remake. Metal Gear Solid Delta, well, we'll find out when the game releases, but so far they've only made like one good recent game, which was Silent Hill 2, and that's not good enough to, I think, redeem Konami and make it worthy of being in the top 10, so that's why I think Konami should be bounced from this list.
I think it's way too soon, and just because they've been bad recently doesn't negate their legacy, because if that's the case, then there's not a single company on this list that doesn't deserve to get kicked out for some dumb bullshit. You can't gloss over their library. All the Metal Gear games, you know, at least up 1 through 4. All the Silent Hill games, again, 1 through 4. Castlevania, they have way too many good legacy picks just for them to... And trust me, I'm not liking current Konami. Who doesn't? Granted, they have a chance to redeem themselves, especially with Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 Remastered not being a complete pile of dog shit like I thought it was going to be. So... while I get your sentiment, it's just they have too strong of a legacy just to take out currently. Yes, I don't know if they're gonna make top 10, truthfully, but I think just for MGS 2 and 3 alone, like I'm definitely gonna bat for them, at least to not get immediately dinged.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I think like it comes to the debate. Are we like, so we're like rating these games based on what they've done in the past, not just their current state?
Overall.
Yeah,
Okay,
overall developer
we're making a top 10 quote unquote of all time.
Okay, so okay.
Like obviously like current output does, you know, help, but this is overall. Or else a lot of these picks wouldn't even be in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the other thing I'm wondering is a top 10 too strict? Do we need to expand it or do we keep it at 10?
I think top 10's fine.
I think top 10 is fine. Okay.
I think top 10 is perfectly fine. And
yeah,
by the way, Ronald, if we're starting, did anyone else want to add anything else? Like
I've added what's been mentioned so far. I think.
So as of right now, is it just us three kind of going through the motions?
Yeah, whoever else
pretty much.
wants to pop in.
Because it helps a lot better if, you know, there's more people involved, which is why I needed you to sound the alarm sooner, but I digress.
Well, if people aren't free, then they obviously forgot.
Yeah. By the way, that's
Did you hear that, Aiden? You just forgot.
I pinged y'all several days ago.
I keep telling Phil, you have to remind fighting game players every single day, no exception. Every day. Not once a day. I mean, not once a week or twice a week. Every day.
Well,
or else
to
they
be
just
real,
will not show up.
I think there's a good handful of things on this list that I don't know if people are gonna heavy bat for. To be honest. In fact, well, actually, some clarification questions. David, so are we just considering Midway and NetherRealm just to be one giant, like, era?
Yes, I would say yes, because NetherRealm actually, so I'll give you a quick history lesson. So Midway, because of budget issues, ended up going out of business, and then they got bought by Warner Brothers. But Warner Brothers basically like had all the Midway like studios shut down, with the exception of the Midway location in Chicago. And that Midway location was still technically a Midway location, but Ed Boon changed the name to NetherRealm Studios. So that is still technically part of Midway. That's
so they're
like
basically the remnants that were rebuilt back up, pretty much.
Exactly. So I would say NetherRealm Studio is the same as like Midway Games, because it used to actually be called one of the Midway companies.
Okay. Now the reason I ask is because is there anything else on this list where we might need to combine or make that clarification? Like, are all of these?
There's certain groups I split up on purpose that certain groups only make games for Nintendo, but I figured they were good enough to kind of mark on their own, or if someone really liked them, like for example, Intelligent Systems, Game Freak, stuff like that.
Sonic Team.
But yeah, exactly. That was another one too. I figured you would pick up on that.
Yeah, that makes
sense. But I would leave that to the group. Granted, again, I figured it'd be a bigger turn up, but it can still be done with us. Just people gotta cope.
Well, like I said, Aiden's coming in an hour, so in the meantime, well, actually, let's start with that. Should we debate Telltale? Do they deserve to stay?
Well, basically, again, I was just gonna wholesale rip off Max, and we just take turns, and then whoever's turn is they pick, and if if their pick is agreed upon, then it gets taken out. If not, it goes to the next person, so on and so forth till we have top 10. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't have any strong feelings about any of these. Like, I'm glad you put Sega and Sonic Team on here, but to be honest, for a top 10, you gotta think about it, honestly.
Maybe we should wait till we get another person then.
Well,
because it's gonna be too many stalemates, so it's gonna be like, I feel one way, Dave feels one way, and you're just like,
Well, next question, is this starter list ordered?
Wait, is Microsoft on the? I have two questions. Is Microsoft on the list?
Hold on. Let me get to Ronald's question first. What were you saying?
Is this starter list ordered?
No, not at all.
Ah, okay.
It was just whatever I could think of at the moment. There's no order.
Gotcha. Because I was about to ask, should Sega be that high?
No, again, this isn't ordered at all. It was just
okay.
What came to mind immediately.
Yeah, no worries. Then for now, David, what's your question?
Microsoft, because I was just wondering, maybe Microsoft.
What does Microsoft actually develop?
What is Microsoft specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was thinking Halo, but you're right. That was made by.
No, that's Bungie. I think I added Bungie.
Okay.
There's actually only in terms of developers, there's only kind of one tricky pick I put on there. I'll let you see if you guys actually realize it. But
oh, well, I mean, I see Bungie.
No, Bungie's on there. I'm just saying, there's only one pick where it's like they technically have only made. They actually develop so little, but they publish like everything. That's my only clue I'm giving. Anywho,
I'm about to say, if something's a publisher, do they really?
No,
have
it's you'll see. I'd rather someone actually point it out. And I've given you a pretty big honking clue.
So I was.
I'm trying to see. Am I missing something?
I would say one particular company that I think for sure deserves a spot in the top 10 list is Capcom. There are like so many reasons why it deserves a spot in the top 10. I'm not going in any particular order. I'll say Capcom definitely deserves a spot because
you gotta, if you want to get it there, you gotta vote out the other ones in its way.
Okay. So let's see. I would say let's vote out Telltale, because if you think about it, Telltale made like a few good interactive games. There were like a few good interactive games, but they're not a horrible company, but I don't think they deserve a spot in the top 10 list, because like think about it, all they really made was The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, and I guess Batman Telltale games was somewhat decent, but even that like not worthy of making it to top 10 just because they haven't made enough like really amazing games. And look where they are now. Like, we don't even know if they're another game. Like, they're pretty much in development hell right now. So I think Telltale should not make it on the top 10 list if we're talking like about history and and current state, if that makes sense.
Wait.
Well, I would say more if I actually like felt strongly about him. I figured someone would, but again, no one else is here.
Wait, what's SBCG4? What? Alex, what?
What are you talking?
Wait, read the chat.
I don't know.
Alex said their magnum opus, SBCG4AP. Is that a reference?
I don't know.
But
I really have nothing to say other than I do think their Walking Dead series is honestly pretty cool.
It's pretty iconic.
That was kind of like their big breakout hit. Yeah, and everyone and their mothers just waiting for a Wolf Among Us Part 2, which is supposed to be coming out.
Yeah.
I think confirmed, but outside of that, I don't have the strongest. Again, a lot of these picks are like not all my personal favorites. Just like someone's bound to like them or pick them.
Yeah.
So I'm down with that if you agree, Ronald. Well, it's 2 against 1, so.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Well, nothing else for that, but Alex clarified it's Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people.
Oh, fucking Homestar Runner.
What?
Did Telltale really do that? Anywho, is it in or is it out, Ronald? Or are you gonna bat for it?
I'd keep it in just from legacy. Because so far, if I'm thinking of a top 10, I think we can probably remove Arxis and French Bread. They're some of the GOATs to me, but I don't know if they're making a top 10 all-time list.
Well, before we move on, we have to vote on David's pick. Like I said, each person will take a turn. Each person will take a turn, or else it's gonna be chaos.
Well, just keep
being like, take that.
Yeah, just keep it.
Okay. So David said take it out. I'm saying take it out. So take it out.
All right. Telltale did not survive.
Going once, going twice. If anyone wanted it, you should have been in here. Take it out. All right, Ronald, your turn.
And Aiden also said to take it out, so there you go.
Okay, so your turn, Ronald. So it'll go David, you, then me for taking picks. Does that make sense?
Sure. Take out French Bread.
So what's your pick?
Take out French Bread.
French Bread? Damn!
They're one of the GOATs of making fighting games, but like game development of all time, with all this stuff on this list, I don't know. So I'm just gonna say take it out now.
In a top 10 of all time context, I definitely get where you're coming from. It's more so how soon you're picking it is kind of like, hold on. I will say my weak-hearted defense, I do think Melty is one of the coolest fighters, and really, honestly, is responsible for a lot of the modern-day anime fighter like mechanics and whatnot.
Damn.
We still are using.
Melty getting glazed.
We're still using a lot of its terminology and mechanics like rebeat and whatnot.
True.
So in my softest defense, I do think that it's one of the pioneers of the anime fighter we have today.
Dang. Alrighty. French Bread getting his flowers. Way more than I expected.
So 1-1. All right, David, you're the tiebreaker.
Oh man.
What do you think about French Bread?
I'm gonna have to side with Ronald, because Ronald has a good point. Is that they've made some good games, but they just haven't been around long enough and made good enough games. Kind of like why I voted to get rid of Telltale, because they just haven't done enough to earn a spot on the top 10 list. And don't get me wrong, French Bread is a great developer, and if it was a top 20 list, I would definitely consider putting in a top 20 list. But top 10 list, I think it's a little too much.
Alrighty, well, sorry, anime fans. Again, your ass should have been in here.
I highly doubt Aiden won't have any strong feelings about French Bread.
Well, he's got 10. I'm giving chat 10 seconds to chime in.
And I guarantee you, if MM were to pop in, he would say something about Rocket Panda needing the spot instead of French Bread. So.
Oh, too bad. Notice how I didn't add Rocket Panda. His ass should have been here. Yeah, going once, going twice. I think it's cut, Ronald.
Yeah, if
Mark it off the list.
Brought up again later on, I will be genuinely surprised. I have always been French Bread's strongest soldier, but in a list like this, I don't know if French Bread.
Yeah. I guess also what's hurting it too is it's just kind of its lack of output. They don't have that many games.
They have legacy, but not that kind of legacy.
Yeah. Well, cut it. And I guess it's my turn, correct?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it
Alrighty. Well, let me pick a kind of a contentious pick. Nothing necessarily personal, but I'm gonna say Naughty Dog.
Ooh. That's
It's what kind of, you know, heroes of mine, especially the Crash Bandicoot series and other related games, but them just becoming the Last of Us company, releasing both games like 12 times each.
That is a good point.
I'm not really feeling. I'm not feeling goated status. As much as I love the classics, as much as I enjoy, you know, things like Jak and Daxter and again Crash Bandicoot, they've really kind of just lost their way, and I don't think said games really can hold a candle now. Like, it can't carry hard enough, at least for a top 10. Maybe a top 15 if I was feeling really gracious and nostalgic. But anyone disagree?
Huh.
Anyone want to bat for it?
That's actually a really good point. They are kind of just Mr. Last of Us right now.
Yeah.
I agree.
Quite a legacy,
As much as I
though.
enjoy Last of Us 1, not enough to where I want to play it for the next 10 years, and I definitely do not like Last of Us 2. So yeah, the floor is your guys's, whether you want to save it or
Well, I'm trying to think if
delete it.
it has a level of legacy enough to carry beyond its Last of Us shilling.
Michael, I'll can it. I agree to can it.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Any final words for it?
Well, Alex said I
Anyone
prefer
wanna jump on the bullet?
Insomniac.
Oh, I will say Uncharted is also goated, but again, I just think it's a little lacking in terms of output, because they've only got like a handful of series, which a lot of them have a lot of games, of course, but I think them becoming the Last of Us company, and I can't count it against them because we've only seen a preview of it, but that new game with the Space Girl, I'm not really interested. I could be wrong, but
Oh, I forgot.
just to
That
kind of
was
goes to show, I'm just like, once upon a time, you know, they were in their bag, but now I'm just like,
Yeah, that's a good point. Is
That's just
anyone
me.
like really curious at this point what else is in Naughty Dog's bag? Like, do you have any expectations waiting to be shattered?
okay, KOF 15.
Well, I don't think anyone has any expectations from it at this point, right?
Alrighty, another one bites the dust, and it's David's turn to pick. So, rest in pepperonis, Naughty Dog.
Okay.
We barely knew you.
This might be a controversial pick, but I'm gonna do it anyways. CD Projekt Red, and here's the thing: like, they made one really good legendary game, and I haven't really played this yet, so I can't evaluate it myself. But the only game I've really been hearing good things about is Witcher 3, and recently Cyberpunk. First, and here's the thing: they made Witcher 3, which was successful, but then they made Cyberpunk, which started out as a complete disaster. And even though they patched it up and made it better, you know, a lot of people are still upset with the company because of the rocky start it had. But let's just pretend that Cyberpunk was super successful. How many games has this made? Like, they've had like one and a half real, like, popular successful games. So does this really deserve a place on the top 10 list? I don't think so.
Man, bro is seeing red.
Project Red. I mean, that's a fair point.
Again, this is one of the many picks. I'm like, someone's bound to pick it, whether they like it or like this has got to go. I agree with you, David. I'm not a huge CD Projekt Red fan. Like, Witcher 3 is cool. It's also one of the few games where there's actually way too much to do. Like, there's almost too much to do to its own detriment.
Wait, too
But
much?
outside of that, like, yeah, like, the amount of side stuff you can do is insano. The amount of, like, skills you get too, it's like borderline overwhelming. And to more your point, that's kind of the only game I can think of, like, because Cyberpunk, while I heard it's gotten a lot better, that first, like, half of its life was rough. The game barely functioned.
Yeah, it had its own redemption
That's where we got
arc.
we got those memes of like the apology letters being, written in yellow and stuff. Like that was a thing for a reason, and it also took them a minute too to kind of correct that. And yeah, I'm not the biggest Witcher fan because that's really all you got going. It's just that and, Cyberpunk, which, yeah, I figured I just put it in there again because I figured somebody out there would be like, I'm in my CD Projekt Red bag, I'm all about Cyberpunk, blah, 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 and I'm not counting the anime towards it, so I'm really not going to bat for it.
Yeah,
so
I don't think you can give the anime
I agree
gas.
with you. Yeah, any thoughts, Ronald, before we can it?
No, I can't really think of any other reason to keep it, to be honest. Yeah, nah. We probably should can it.
Alrighty.
And also, well, I realized something about the list, and now I have questions. Because you put Squaresoft, you put Enix, and you put Squeenix.
Because technically, Squaresoft was a thing, and Enix was a thing before they merged to become Square Enix. So, I didn't know people were going to be sticklers on like, oh, I only like Enix's early games before they merged with Square. Does that make sense?
Is there anything of significance that would make you want to keep them apart, or can you just consider it one giant legacy?
I could do either or. Again, like I said, I was expecting more people to be involved, so I wanted to hear more opinions.
Well,
It could all just be Square Enix if you want it to be.
David, do you know any
you could just have it as
that would be relevant in this matter? Because I would honestly just think just keep their whole. It just sounds just like the Midway NetherRealm thing, sort of. Where
the thing is, they've actually made they made way more games than Midway ever did before they became NetherRealm. Because you had, even the first Kingdom Hearts game was Squaresoft, let alone all like the Final Fantasies that came before Square Enix was a thing. But again, that's just more so for the diehards to be like, I only liked it in that era, so I'm only voting Enix.
Yeah,
but we can combine them.
We can keep them for
we'll
now.
Just combine them.
Just combining them?
If you want to combine them, we can combine them.
Well, that works out. We can just combine them, and then if any diehards come in and question things, then we can go from there. But
the theme of today is you should have shown up, followed by you probably should have been reminded a bunch.
Well, wait, is that why you also put Namco and Bamco separate?
Oh, you found it! You found the secret word of the day. So technically, Bamco has produced a handful of games, but
when did
not
Bamco
nearly
start?
to the degree. When did Bamco start?
Yeah, like what point was
while.
that?
It was 2000. It was in 2006.
A bit early, but the only game I could think of them actually developing was Scarlet Nexus. Not publishing, developed.
Wait, they developed? I thought they just published it. Wait, hold up. They made?
I believe that's like
Scarlet Nexus?
That's like one of the only few games I could think of they've actually like had an active hand in
oh my
developing.
Gosh. Bandai Namco Studios and Tosei, whatever that is. Wow. Oh,
and if you really, really, really want to be that guy, technically Smash Ultimate.
Well,
Yellow.
balancing specifically, right? Yo, howdy, Matrix.
Well,
sort of. They're kind of all over the place, but it was produced at Bamco Studios, like the game itself, where they worked on it for Ultimate.
That is hilarious.
So,
dang. Well, then I'm gonna be more so on the Bamco train than the Namco train, to be real.
Okay, you want to pick Bamco?
Well, no, I'm saying that's what I'm gonna go to bat for and try to keep rather than just Namco.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But Matrix, wait, what?
What are you? It's your turn. So, what are you voting to take out?
Oh, well, before I choose anything to take out, Matrix, have you had any thoughts about what we've removed so far, or anything that you see that stands out before I continue?
Well, wait, what's going on? I kind of just blinked,
Oh my god.
No one's reading anything.
Ronald, no one reads. You have to remind people all the time. I'm telling you. This isn't against you specifically, by the way. Everyone's been like, what's going on?
Good.
No worries. Today's the top 10 all-time best video game developers debate, if you will. So, I don't know if you can see what I'm sharing in Discord, but this is the list of names we have so far to, like, choose what to eliminate until we whittle down to our top 10, and then we can debate the order and whatever. So, real quick, just take a quick glance. Is there anything that you notice is missing from this list that you think would deserve to be in a top 10 before I continue?
Top 10.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think is missing that would deserve to be in a top 10? Because otherwise, I'm going to continue and choose something else to eliminate.
Like, that's here or what's not here?
Yeah,
What's not? What would you add to that list?
Yeah, what would you add that deserves a top 10 spot? And remember, this is top 10 of all time.
That's crazy. I forget. Do you guys remember who did Dead Space? Who was behind Dead Space?
EA, right?
EA, technically.
Yeah.
EA? Okay.
EA, but the studio itself was, shoot, I'm forgetting the name.
See, I don't even know. I always thought it was just EA.
Because when I think of games, right, I always think of my favorites, and I usually think of those teams, right?
Yeah. Dead Space. Motive Studio.
Oh yeah, Motive Studios. I would add them. I freaking love Dead Space.
Let's see.
Well, I don't know if it's the newer one. Is it? No, it's the older one. Because I know they changed studios for a remake.
Oh, so they're a studio subset of EA. So yeah, they're under EA, basically.
Sweet. Other than that, yeah, I think it looks fine. Yeah, great.
Okay.
Also, off topic, I know, but what do you guys think of Galleon so far?
Oh, brother. I'm on my way to being a grappler main. Again.
Hell yeah. We've got another one. Yes, sir. We've got another one.
Galleon checks so much of my boxes. She's not really a zoner grappler hybrid, but the decent mid-range and the setup stuff is right up my alley. So yeah, I'll be playing her some more. Still probably not gonna try and be competitive with this game, but I'll be playing her more.
Nah, for sure. Like, just stuff to like mess around, like, you know, friendlies and stuff. So, like, really great character.
Yeah, in fact, I have a lobby up if you want to hop in.
Yeah, I noticed, so it's kind of become a thing, because, you know, hey, we stick with the herd out here, you know? Another player to another player, hey, we stick to the herd out here.
See, you so got the good taste.
Yes, what he said. So, hey, I use sheep as my path, too. So I'm like, yeah, I noticed some people were joining my room, and I'm like, hey, yo, that's crazy.
See, he gets it. Also, Michael, you put AM2, care to elaborate on that? Michael? Oh, frick. Michael?
What's up?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had to grab my phone charger.
Alright, you want to elaborate on AM2? Is that a sub-studio of Sega? What is that?
Did I put AM2?
Yeah.
That's a Sega studio, mainly the 3D works, so think of like Virtua Fighter and most of their arcade games in general. Like Daytona, stuff like that. Basically, most of their 3D games. But probably more popular like Virtua Fighter and Virtual On.
Okay.
Yeah, there were actually two AM like studios that were like that were part of Sega. There was like AM2 and then AM1, which was AM1 was responsible for the House of the Dead series. So
So was that your pick, Ronald?
Well, I was just wondering. It
okay.
might be my pick at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be too soon to. Might be too soon to eliminate Sonic Team. Honestly, some of these I would mainly eliminate because I have no idea who they are. So it kind of doesn't feel
Oh my
fair.
lord.
That's why I'm trying to be careful with my choice.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Ubisoft was one of the first ones I was thinking of, but I'm trying to think of what their track record is right now. Are they mainly just doing Assassin's Creed right now?
Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six,
Oh,
Ghost
wait,
Recon, Rayman, Once Upon a Time Splinter Cell, those kind of series.
For now, I'm gonna choose Namco then, because, like I said, I'd probably just keep Bamco instead of Namco.
I'll have to give some pushback on that, because we have favorites such as Tekken, for starters. They've had a pretty rich arcade history too, with stuff like Pac-Man, Mappy, and a bunch of other like cool shit. Galaga. So in terms of old school, they've had a bunch of other like cool little retro games in the arcade, and I think they have kind of an underrated series with Xenosaga, one of my favorite games of all time. That specific one, you know, you ever hear of Cosmos?
Yeah.
And that kind of weird Xeno series.
That's
So I think Namco also has it actually does Namco. Oh, Soul Calibur as well. So in
It's
terms of
Namco,
3D
not
fighters,
Namco?
they've definitely Namco specifically.
Oh.
Namco has kind of a weird specific array when it comes to specifically development. Obviously, every Weeb game and then some is Bamco, but in terms of actual development, they're a little sparse. Bamco specifically. Namco though, you got stuff like I said, Tekken, Klonoa, which is basically their
True.
Sonic.
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna side with Michael here. I think Namco should stay, at least for now. And I'm going to enhance like what Michael like said regarding Soul Calibur and Tekken. So Namco did not become Namco Bandai until around 2006. So that means Tekken 5 Vanilla and all the Tekken games before that were made by just Namco.
Namco is still a thing even to this day. Like all the fighting games are still Namco produced, Bamco published. I know it's a little confusing and kind of dumb, but it does count for something.
Oh.
Okay, so I guess basically you're saying Namco Bandai has like kind of like a sub company that's Namco, right? It's kind of like how Midway. It's
More like the other way around, because Namco is first. Bandai is a toy company, but then when they got into the game kind of publishing business, they just teamed up with Namco to make Bandai Namco. But Namco is still a thing and still very involved.
I see. You know what?
That's who Harada works for, technically. I know, like I said, it is a little confusing and kind of dumb, but I felt that Bamco had just barely enough to be put in, but Namco overall has more games they've actually developed.
And now that you mention it, you're right. Like when I think about even the recent Tekken games, I still see like Namco on the screen with this developer. It just says like Namco with the OG logo. So you have a very good point, and you're absolutely right, Mike.
Yeah, so I guess they both seem to have their standing on this list more than I expected.
Oh yeah, I think that's 2 against 1, Ronald.
Yeah, So if you guys vote to keep something, we probably should just move on, and then you guys pick something.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah.
All right, so it'll be my turn then.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna pick. This one's just kind of easy. I'm gonna say Bethesda, Mr. It Just Works, the company. Well, it's got a cool set of games. It is Bethesda after all. I feel like even in their prime, they've done nothing but disappoint us. And they've also got the Atlas effect of everyone's only started with like the third game of their series and never the beginning.
That is true.
Like, how many of these people in chat have played Fallout 1 and 2? I'm
Not
gonna
me.
say probably none. But everyone's played like New Vegas and Fallout 3, yada yada yada, and
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls, Morrowind. If not that, probably at least Oblivion. I'm not a big enough Bethesda head to really like, we've got to keep it. I figured it was obviously worth putting in, but yeah, that's my vote. Does anyone? Are there any secret Bethesda heads?
Can I say something, please?
Yes, go ahead. In fact, it's your guys' turn to say something.
If this was the 2010s, like if this was like the early 2010s or late 2000s, I would definitely vote to keep Bethesda in there. However, if I think about Bethesda's history, they've had a few like actual really good games. They had Fallout 3, which was like a really really great game, and even that got a little controversial to say. But then they had Elder Scrolls Skyrim, which was a good game, and I haven't played the other Elder Scrolls games, so I can't like really judge them myself. But based on what I heard, Elder Scrolls 3, like, and before that, they had no fast travel option, so that alone could easily make the games more frustrating than fun. So I mean, based on that, knowing that particular mechanic, I could imagine the games like downgrading like Bethesda when it comes to, I should say, kicking Bethesda out of the top 10 list. Combined with the fact that Bethesda has made some very poor decisions recently, with Fallout 76, they've done like a lot, they pretty much, it was just a multiplayer game that was like basically pay to win and all that. I won't get into that kind of detail, but they also made Fallout 4, which definitely fell short. And how long are we going to have to wait until we get another Fallout game? Because they're focused more on like developing online games and like, and like enhancing online games and then adding in microtransactions.
Who's out here saying like Elder Scrolls Online is my jam? If there are, they're not here.
I mean,
So,
I do be hearing the Elden.
So my point is, can it? My main point is, I agree. Can Bethesda, just because of the horrible decisions they're making recently? I want another freaking Fallout 5. Now, Fallout New Vegas, I've already said is one of my favorite video games, but that's not made by Bethesda. It's made by Obsidian, so that's disqualified because it's not made by Bethesda. It's published, and same with like the Outer Worlds that's developed by Obsidian. Wait, speaking of that, is Obsidian on the list?
I don't think so.
Obsidian?
Oh, that actually reminded me of that. But yeah, I agree. Can Bethesda, because they're I'm not going to use profanity, but you know what I'm thinking. They're a bleep company.
Obsidian. Well, that's a good point then. I was checking.
Are you secretly a Bethesda head, Ronald?
Brother, I don't even know what games I've played that are Bethesda. I barely even know who they are. So, nah, I'm fine with canning it.
Alrighty.
Any
Adios,
secret?
muchacho.
Bethesda. Going once, going twice. All right, David's turn.
All right.
there they are.
So I'm. Let's see. Let me take a look at the list. Okay, this is actually going to sound ironic, but I was the one who actually suggested putting this in, and now I'm going to vote to can it. I'm going to vote Rocksteady, because if you think about it, Rocksteady did develop some good games, don't get me wrong. Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City were really considered great and legendary games. Batman Arkham Origins does not count because that was not made by Rocksteady. Then they made Batman Arkham Knight, which in my personal opinion, I played all the games. Batman Arkham Knight was a major disappointment. It was like
Yeah,
super.
it was just a Gran Turismo game with the Batmobile, and sometimes you got to play as Batman.
Pretty much, yeah. And they had some very disappointing like moments in the story, and like some of the side missions were extremely disappointing. So if you think about it, Rocksteady has only made 2 actual good games, like actual legendary games.
And
then
I really only like
Suicide
Arkham
Squad.
City. I honestly kind of don't care about Arkham Asylum. I don't think it's a bad game, but the only game I'll really bat for is Arkham City. Outside of that, the others are flawed in one way or another that I just don't gel with.
I hear you. Well, we have our different opinions about like Batman Arkham Asylum. I personally like Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just compared to City, like that's the game where I'm like, oh, I like this. Like this is fucking cool.
Yeah, that's true. But I know one thing for sure we can all agree to hate on is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm telling you, if I had that freaking game as a hard copy, I would.
No, that was a huge whiff. That was a huge whiff.
I would want to get rid of it because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but there's one moment in the story mode that just that alone is worth canning the game. And
I've seen it. Like you should just spoil the game because no one's playing it, isn't it? It's going offline. So like, why are you gonna not spoil it?
Is everyone okay with spoilers? Twitch chat, are you okay with a spoiler there? I want to check it before I say it.
I bet they are.
Chats now. Okay.
If there's any Suicide Squad fans, they don't deserve kindness.
Dang.
I'll just say they killed off the Arkham universe Batman. So the Batman you played as in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, they killed him off, and for some reason it's just a stupid reason they killed Batman off. And that's just one out of many reasons why Suicide Squad is a garbage
okay, so
game.
you're not caught up then, because remember they added
right? Wasn't it a clone?
Yeah, it's a clone. That Batman is still alive.
True, but it's what's funny is that they only mentioned that after all the controversy. So I think
because they planned on having that update, but because the game's getting canned, they said, well, here's the abridged version of our original ending because the game's getting canned. So eventually we were gonna find out, but they're like, well, we have to cut it short. So here you go. Here's the short version, and then they give us a little slideshow like, oh yeah, they're actually all alive. You never killed any of the Justice League members.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, it's even worse than you thought.
That's just kind of like really cheesy. So like you make people disappointed they call it Justice League, and then there's no point of even playing this game. There's no progression here. And not to mention that all the freaking microtransactions, all the like live service like BS that was going on, they're just rinse and repeat garbage gameplay.
Yes.
And I just think that was dumb. Like they just kill Justice League and they say, oh no, it's not. Like, what's the point of playing the game? It's kind of like how in Resident Evil 8, like how they sent us on a wild goose chase and all that. So I think my point of like killing the Justice League and all that and the microtransaction is still very much intact. And even though like they later confirmed that Batman was not actually killed and all that, I still thought that was kind of like dumb, like to see that and then why cause a panic among the fans for no reason. Which
I think we get the point. The game was bad. So Ronald, do you have anything to say, or are we cutting it?
Sorry, I got a little carried away. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
Well, I was trying to look at their general history, and I'm not seeing anything here to think it belongs in a top 10.
It's very short.
So just
it's basically just the Batman crew.
Yeah, we can can it.
Right.
Goodbye, Rock.
So, what's your pick next, Ronald?
To be canned? 2, 3, 4.
Oh wow.
Huh. I might need to say NetherRealm.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat 1.
Well, I'm trying to think of what else. Well, let's look at the long history of Midway and count that in NetherRealm.
So, it's basically you're also counting pretty much all Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to think because if there isn't anything.
And like the random basketball games they had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
because
it depends how hard do you want to boom shakalaka.
What y'all think of Injustice?
Injustice?
It's
cool gameplay. ugliest sin for Injustice 1.
It's a video
Injustice
game.
2... Injustice 2 was not nearly as interesting because of all the zoning, but it at least looked a lot better. I think that they're more interesting of the modern day NetherRealm games. I would rather play Injustice 1, but I'd rather look at Injustice 2, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I defend NetherRealm and Midway? You
Well, before that, Ronald, you haven't even said why you're picking Injustice.
Well, because
you've just been asking. I mean, not Injustice, NetherRealm.
Not just for Injustice.
I know. What's your state your case?
I'm
While you do that, be right back, real quick.
Yeah, I'm double checking to be sure, but even with the Midway history, does it get to hang with the greats? I don't know. My first thought is no, especially since NetherRealm right now is just the they're at the mercy of WB. So like I don't even. I'm trying to think of a reason they should stay on the list.
Can I defend NetherRealm, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Explain. Elaborate.
Okay. So it's kind of similar to like what was being discussed about like Konami. Konami may have made some bad decisions. Good history. Well, Midway and NetherRealm is pretty much the same thing. Midway has nothing like really good history. In the 90s and the 2000s, they made so many good creative arcade games. They made the basketball game, and they also made like some really good, cool football games, which is really fun to play in the arcades and on console at home. They also created the Rampage series, if you get Midway treasures like 1, 2, and 3, which is basically a bundle of arcade games on PlayStation 2 or Xbox, wherever you get it on, you can experience all this classic Midway games. It's just really fun, really good way to blow off steam or like play like with your friends and all that. That was part of Midway's history. Oh, did I mention Hydro Thunder?
Well, wait, hold on, Michael. What is going on? What is going on the mic here?
Hold on. Sorry. I turned on the fan. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I was playing Hydro Thunder in real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they made Hydro Thunder, San Francisco Rush, great racing games. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you talk.
Well, no, that's part of what I was looking at was a lot of it is arcade legacy, which is fair.
Well, I guess if you want to talk about legacy, and I haven't made my case yet, I haven't said one or the other, but I guess in the spirit of fairness, if you want to talk about legacy, you're talking about one of the highest selling video game franchises, not fighting game franchises, video game franchises. Like Mortal Kombat craze was before our time, or like right as we were kids, but it's a huge phenomenon, even despite the fact that the games are really only sold in like our side of the hemisphere, because it's straight up banned in Japan for some reason. But its impact cannot be understated. We have the ESRB because of Mortal Kombat.
That is
exactly
true. That's an infamous part of the legacy.
I want to make sure at the very least that much is kept in mind, but unfortunately, David, I'm gonna have to side with Ronald. As much as a legendary series as it is, and obviously Ed Boon deserves his flowers, I'm just not. I don't dislike Mortal Kombat. In fact, one of my favorite single-player experiences is Mortal Kombat Deception. That game is still unmatched in terms of fighting game single-player experiences, which is sad if you think about it. But I'm just not the biggest. I'm not a big enough fan to want to save it. If that makes sense, I do. If they had a little bit of more, at least if NetherRealm had a bigger variety instead of just Mortal Kombat and Injustice, I would try a little harder to try to jump in, the bullet. But for me, it's just variety, and I haven't really been into Mortal Kombat myself ever since the 3D era.
I see. Well, and regarding Mortal Kombat, like, you see, we were already saying how great Mortal Kombat was, but like NetherRealm Studio, they've really only made one bad game, and that's Mortal Kombat like 1. I played all the Mortal Kombat games.
One bad game? I don't know. What about 11? I don't feel one way or another, but I don't. 11 was definitely not people's favorites.
Yeah, 11 was people's favorite, but I don't know if you can consider it bad, because didn't it still sell well?
I believe so. Not to the not the. I don't know if it reached its sales goals because like Capcom, NRS, or WB has like ridiculous goals.
Yeah.
And tournament participation in Mortal Kombat 11, I played in the online tournament. Tournament participation lasted an awful long time. They still got hundreds of players. It was a popular game.
At this point, let's tally the votes. So far, it's me and Ronald for taking out NetherRealm, David for keeping it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm outvoted, so
we're taking out NetherRealm.
That's what we're voting for. What do you vote for?
I'm in.
Okay, so that's 3.
Yeah.
And MM, are you in?
I mean, fair is fair. Democracy is a democracy. It's 3 against 1. You know, it's 3 against 1.
Yeah, we still have MM and Matrix.
I try to make my point. I try to make my point, but obviously, you still want to can like NetherRealm Studios. And
unfortunately, so
yeah, well,
and I understand, like, not everybody's.
Yeah, MM and Matrix are here too.
Yeah, and
what are their thoughts?
I think of for sure.
Because not everybody is like a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan like I am.
David, hold on. They're trying to talk.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Go ahead. What are you saying?
I don't know. It's like I haven't really played. I used to play a lot of Midway games, but because I was in college when most of the NetherRealm games came out, I haven't really played them as much. But I have really watched the story modes of like all the the Mortal Kombat NetherRealm games at the very least. And I don't know, like out of all the Mortal Kombats, I would say probably only 11 stuck to me the most because it felt like it was a conclusion to Mortal Kombat. I mean, I felt like the ending for the original ending for Mortal Kombat 11 before the DLC and stuff, I felt like was a fitting ending or a good ending to the series. If they decide to just pan it right there, I would not blame them. So, if I want to keep NetherRealm Studios, it's really hard for me to think about now because with Mortal Kombat 1, I don't know. I think I would say
basically if you and Matrix don't vote yes, then it's getting taken out. So
yeah,
that's the question.
I would vote keep NetherRealm right now for now.
Yeah, because keep in mind this is NetherRealm including the Midway history, which it was a good point brought up that there is arcade history there.
Then yes, keep NetherRealm.
All right, that's 3v2. So if Matrix is still in, now it's his time to vote.
I kind of don't have an opinion, but what is the Midway history? I keep hearing about
Mortal Kombat 1 through 4. At the very least?
Mortal Kombat 1 through 8. It's Mortal Kombat 1 through 8.
Okay.
San Francisco Rush.
Classics like NBA Jam.
Yeah, and NBA Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka.
Yeah, in fact,
Rampage.
Yeah. Mortal
San
Kombat,
Francisco Rush,
Rampage, Hydro Thunder, NFL Blitz.
Hydro Thunder. Oh shoot.
We do gotta give our props to NFL Blitz though. Snap.
Nah.
What man?
Only Hydro Thunder for time extended, which
Time extended.
the hypest part.
So I know someone who's like a speedrunner for Hydro Thunder. He's a big fan of Hydro Thunder. So.
Well, shout out to him.
Is NetherRealm dead or not? I mean,
is it dead or not, you guys?
I mean,
no.
You gotta choose if you're gonna participate.
Snap.
I think they're cooking.
Actually, hold on.
Is he
1,
in?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna keep my vote. We
I think
can't.
they should be cooked based on just the balance.
Yeah, well, Matrix
That's
doesn't
two.
have an opinion, so it sounds like we should just can it.
That's gonna be a can. If he's gonna say nay, neither yay or nay, then it's out.
Wait, 3. Okay, well.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless anyone else, Tim, you have anything to say about Midway?
Going
NetherRealm?
once. I'm only giving chat like 10 seconds, or
Yeah, I
else
was
they're
gonna
gonna keep
say,
us
there
here
is a
forever. Going
delay. Give
once.
them at least a little bit longer.
They're filibuster.
Going twice.
Filibuster. That's what's happening.
Going 3 times. Get him
If you
out.
want to save it or not, it's now or never. You want to save it.
Where's the
Dang.
sniper rifle sound?
Yeah.
Alright.
Put the sniper rifle.
If Gauntlet isn't
Wouldn't
enough,
SNK also be in here?
well, he said, wait.
Say what?
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, rev it. That's the sound of it going away. It's gone.
We didn't. Well,
you.
that's
Alright.
actually really funny. We
Um,
didn't include SNK.
Nah, I didn't put it.
Yeah, honestly,
too
I wasn't
dead.
gonna put it either.
I didn't even.
In fact, okay, it's out. Aiden, do you want to go next in the rotation?
Yeah, sure, I'm in.
Okay, so
GGs.
pick.
Okay, hold on. I'm just coming in. I'm taking
Yeah,
all this
the
in.
people that just got
The
here.
only thing I would have added is Team Ninja, and I would have taken them out immediately because
Oh,
they suck
so
at making
then-
video games.
Stop.
I have like nothing to add. I think
Okay.
you guys got like all the big ones.
Okay, so then what do
Now
you
we
want
need you to take
out?
away.
Okay. All right, this one's tough because there's a lot of stuff I want to take out.
Oh,
then one
Ronald,
at
you
a
forgot
time.
to take out CD Projekt Red, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We
yeah,
voted
we're
that
doing
out.
we're
Okay,
doing one at a
alright,
time,
nice.
so just pick one and we go from
I
there.
don't even
Yeah.
have to do anything then. All right.
Yeah. In fact, yeah. So if my stream is updated, then there's a handful
Listen, this
he
one's
hasn't taken
tough.
out yet.
This is a 50-50 between. Okay, who's Young Horses actually? Who the fuck is that?
Tim put in chat who they were. Let me try to find it again.
Literally, what have they made? I'm looking it up. I've never heard of them.
Probably horse games. Knowing Tim.
Probably
Oh,
horse.
they made Bug Snack. Oh, it's Bug Snack.
Oh, bug snacks.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry. They gotta go, bro.
I'll deal with them later.
I'm sorry. They Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
No, we'll leave him in. We'll leave him in. I have a bigger fish. I have a controversial fish to fry.
Okay.
All right, Grasshopper. I'm sorry. Grasshopper
Really?
manufacturer, they gotta go, bro.
Why is that?
I'll tell you why. Well, wait, is this ordered or is it just in general?
Not yet.
No,
if
it's
I
just in
take
general.
whittling down
This
and then
list
order.
is not ordered. I
Okay,
just
okay.
made a list of like the typical suspects.
I'm
as soon as they
saying
came to mind.
Grasshopper, they make interesting games. They do not make good games, except for some of, not all of, some of the No More Heroes.
And
I'm
Lollipop
sorry to say,
Chainsaw, I
if
guess.
you really like No More Heroes, those games are so fucking flawed out the ass with boring fucking mini games, a bland open world that has no reason to exist. 3 went off the rails with the story, even though I like them. And a lot of their other titles are just really. I get that they're weird and that's part of the appeal, but as far as games go, they're janky. They're not like the most well constructed. Like unless they really
Dang.
appeal to you, Grasshopper is. They just don't know how to put together. A
Basically, when people say I want games with cheaper budgets and like, you know that meme?
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
them. That's exactly what you're getting. You know,
Kinda,
they're
yeah.
definitely some of the
I
most
would
unique. Like, Killer is Dead
Yeah,
is fun.
Killer is pretty solid. It's fun.
Killer 7 is also really unique. One
Yeah,
of the
they're very
kookiest
unique.
games.
They're very unique.
The Samurai Champloo game unironically fucking rocks. It's not even like janky rocks. No, that game is fucking unique and it's really fucking cool for an anime time with its own original story, by the way, and OCs that are actually cool. But I really like their VN styles, like with Silver Case and Flower, Sun, and Rain.
I think that's
I do
really
get what you
cool.
mean though. Like it definitely
Yeah.
isn't not to sound, you know, uppity, but it definitely is an acquired taste. Like you're
No, it is,
100% not wrong. But
I'm
like
not saying
that's
they're bad. But
that's
I
part
think
of why I
they're
wanted them in. Like
Yeah,
they're definitely a journeyman kind of pick,
If
and
I'm
I
thinking
feel like
all-time best games developers consistently.
I think it's got a shot. At least that's why I put it in. But
No, I think it's an interesting pick. But like looking at these right now, my gut is like Grasshopper is very interesting, but
I get it.
Best ever.
I get it.
I would take them all.
At least I'll bat for it at this very moment.
I think even just for No More Heroes, it's like good taste for putting it.
No
on
More,
there. Like,
yeah, No More Heroes rocks. Killer
I'm
7
looking at a lot of
rocks.
their other games too, and
Lollipop
it's just
Flower, Sun, and Rain
Chainsaw is
is-
not being mentioned.
like Shadows of the Damned didn't really. do
Shadows of the
much.
Damned. Yeah, even though it got like a remake and
Michigan
I don't think-
Report from Hell. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
that is free. Alrighty, well, you've heard me and Aiden spew our
Yeah.
load. What do you guys say? So far, it's 1 to take it off, 1 to keep it.
I mean, I might take it off either way, but why has Lollipop Chainsaw not been mentioned at all? That's crazy.
That's a good game too.
It's not that
Even though the remake didn't add in all the music, unfortunately. No, that is
The
a
thing is,
that is
I
a
would say Lollipop Chainsaw is like a 7 out of 10.
Valid.
That's a
Fair.
cool
Like,
one.
if I'm being honest.
Oh, no wait. Did they do Let It Die?
Killer is Dead is like a 7 out of 10 too. Live and Let
Let It Die?
Let It
Yeah.
Die. I am not a fan. I
Killer
played that shit when it
7.
came out.
Let It
Weird,
Die.
like
then-
pay to win roguelike. I don't know if I.
I really liked it for the music because that was like
the
its
music
biggest
does
draw.
slap. And hey,
Yeah.
I will say this: they have great music in all their games. Always
Yes, they do.
have great music. But like I'm thinking, like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking at the very least they could stay around for a round or two. So yeah, other people participating.
What do you guys think? What do you guys?
say?
I
I'm
think
in-
that one might have been controversial. I don't know.
I say yes only for like the timing of it. Like, do I think it's gonna make top 10? I don't know. Do I think it's at least like a top 15? I would say so.
like
I really,
it is ordered then.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, I mean like this
Well,
list
it'll be
as of right
ordered-
now
yeah,
is
it'll be
just
ordered
jumbled.
once
Okay.
we get down to it.
Because I'm
Once-
like, listen. I would probably take Grasshopper over some of the other ones on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, okay, guys,
Bill.
voting time. Go.
Grasshopper, if they make the No More Hero games, I really have. Yeah, I'll keep them here. I keep.
All right, we got 2 keep, 1 delete. Ronald?
I'm fine with deleting it, honestly.
Oh, 2-2.
Oh shit.
All right, David, are you there?
Yeah, I'll be the tiebreaker. I'll say can it because
Dang.
we were. Yeah.
Oh.
You guys, wait, is Matrix still in?
Yeah.
I think so. This could be the saving vote, dude. This could be a tie.
If it's a tie, we just move on.
Matrix.
Matrix?
Wait, what's the question?
We're talking about
Keep
Grasshopper
Grasshopper
manufacturer.
Living or
or
dying?
no?
Grasshopper over. Sorry, I have like music in the background, so it's hard to hear.
It's just, do you think Grasshopper is a top 10?
Grasshopper Manufacturer, is it staying or is it leaving this list?
Oh, leaving.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, well, there you
Damn.
go.
The enemies of the enemies of Kino.
We are.
know what I'm
I'm
against.
sorry. I'm sorry. Listen,
Only
they
MM's got
make
my
the
back.
Best 6 out of 10 games possibly in the industry. Of
I would say
The best
7.
6 out of 10
It's
games.
definitely like
some of the best 6 out of 10s I've ever played. Grasshopper games.
Mm.
What is it now? Is it MM's
Also,
turn now?
wait, Ronald,
No, it's Matrix.
when you brought up Ubisoft, did you actually, was that your pick or
That was
were
going
you
to be my
just
pick.
talking to
and-
talk?
Well, no,
Oh, okay,
that
I
was
was
going to
making
be my
sure.
pick, and then you guys.
I'm just looking over to
stayed
make sure
for
that the ones we voted out are out. So yeah, go ahead and take
Yeah.
off Grasshopper.
Sorry.
I don't ever want to hear people like, I want games at lower budget. No, you don't.
No, I agree with you on that, okay? I have been shilling this forever. Nobody fucking bought the fucking Capcom game that they just released. What the fuck is it called?
Which one?
Gamer
The dinosaur one?
No, Gamer Kazu's got me. He'll type in the chat in about 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was like, it better not be the dinosaur one. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. That wasn't that good.
Kugami. Nobody fucking
Oh.
bought that. They're literally exactly what people asked for. Nobody bought it.
I
I'm
will.
with you. I
I
understand.
Wait,
don't. I don't.
Oh,
I don't recall it being advertised very well.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That's part of
That-
having a low budget.
Yeah, that is true.
Skill issue. You gotta look.
But
it
yeah,
up.
just gotta know.
Howdy, well. Sorry, I'm still stuck
Alrighty,
on the best
who-
6 out of 10 games of all time.
All right, who's
I don't think I played any of their games.
who's next?
Matrix.
Is it me or is it Matrix?
Well, did MM pick something to
Or is
delete
he
yet?
still in? No, or
I haven't done it yet.
okay, MM then.
Oh dang, this is a oh wait, I see one. Get EA out of here. Get the EA out of here.
Oh,
All right.
You got
Reason.
dude, I don't know. It's just mostly nowadays. I can't remember back then, but it's like nowadays all their. How do I explain it? All their shit's been just like. At least for the Battlefront 2 games, I can only get my opinion for like Star Wars Battlefront 2 was like a bunch of pay to win loot box shit. So I don't know how. I wish my older brother was here for
How are you gonna pick and not know?
Yeah.
How are you gonna pick something and just not know your own reason?
EA.
He's like, I don't like them.
Is it only EA internal studios, or is it anything EA's published?
I say
Primarily EA developed games.
Developed.
That would include like
Oh,
DICE, for
EA
example, right?
Yeah.
Companies under them also.
Just take Dead Space away. That's it. Just take Dead Space away, and I'm cool with that decision.
I will say, I guess, for the sake of making the argument interesting, EA isn't totally devoid of like good picks. Like,
I'm about
they
to step up to bat for
Hold
EA
on.
right now. I'm about to step up to bat, bro.
oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, listen. Battlefield 2 through 4 alone puts EA at like top tier multiplayer shooter.
Oh.
Bad Company.
Bad Company 2 is fucking peak.
Oh yeah, Need for Speed.
Hello?
Oh
Need for
wait.
Speed games slap.
Yeah, hold
We're
up.
talking about. We're talking about
Yeah, never
Battlefront
mind.
1 and
I made a
2.
mistake. I forgot.
Started that. I got hella improved. Also, Dead Space. Hello?
Yes.
Dead Space 1
Space.
and even 3. 3 is an underrated, like, fun multiplayer game.
And
I will go up for that.
I will
Army of
say-
2,
Ooh, we're trying to go to war. Let's go.
Medal of Honor. Hello? EA.
Okay,
EA
yeah,
quits.
you might-
I know
honestly,
it's fun to hate on them, but they got games.
I think I've
And
gone. I think I've
I'm one of the only few people who like went very hard on both Battlefront EAs. Like those are both
Yeah, you're-
actually fun games.
you're one of the
Battlefront
Battlefront
1
gamers.
EA has one of the best heroes designs ever. I'm not even kidding. Battlefront 1 EA, like those hero designs shit on Overwatch, and half of the reason is because they actually have like passive abilities. Like they're really well made characters that are both like true to the lore, and like they all have different playstyles. Granted, the Lando glitch destroyed EA Battlefront 1, but I digress. And obviously EA Battlefront 2 has some of its higher players count right now, today, in the year 2025. That game still rocks. And I will say it. Battlefront specifically took a lot of DLC to get right, and I do mean a lot of DLC. But EA totally isn't devoid of bangers, so I'm gonna vote to keep it as well because my
I hate
vote was
EA
swayed.
right now. But
Yeah.
if we're looking at their whole existence and talking about how many great games have come from EA, it's really hard for me to say that they haven't done like a lot of really good stuff. I mean, they produce a lot of slop though. I mean, Veilguard.
They produce a lot of slop.
Yeah,
Can I say something, please? Hey, can I say something, please?
go
Yes.
for
For
it.
EA, yeah.
And you actually just got here, so like, and just to clarify, I actually made a mistake too. I actually wanted to can Konami, but we're judging the companies based off of their history, not just in the here and now. I do agree that in the here and now.
Yeah, this
That's
is
what-
all
that's what
time.
we- But that's what we just did. That's exactly what we did.
No, I just want to, and then
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And we just
hey, like, don't, so I just want to say, like, don't sweat it, like, you didn't.
Oh, this is for MM. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I just wanted to say that MM, you're
yes.
fine. And
Alright.
I made the same mistake with Konami too, like earlier in the stream. So.
Voting time. We have 2 to keep and 1 to delete. So, Ronald, what say you?
I should've kept.
Aiden made a very compelling case. I'm gonna say keep EA.
All right, 3.
Okay, can we keep?
So, David, keep or delete?
I will say keep because because Aiden does have a very valid point. They've had
There
like
we go.
EA has
It's-
very good history in the PS3 generation before.
That's 4. So that automatically locks it in.
I do
man.
understand why you would pick them though. To
Yeah.
release them. Oh, EA published EA made Nightfire. Oh my god, they did all the old Bond games too. I forgot.
Oh baby, they get and EA Big, the sports games. So you got
yeah.
SS Tricky.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dead Space
Oh,
1 and
man.
2 too. Oh.
Oh man, what happened, EA?
Street Games?
I know, dude.
Yes, they did. EA Big, NBA Street,
I
NFL
forgot
Street.
about them. I forgot
gotta
about
City.
NBA Street. Yeah.
You gotta think
man.
next time.
I did a
Alrighty, it's staying for now.
They're so big, it's easy.
Tomato.
Bro.
I don't. You know what I mean?
There's a world where somehow, some way, just through pure
Someone puts you
argumentation, EA makes top 5.
It's very possible.
It's very possible.
Oh wait, David,
I know, it's
what'd you say, David?
Not to sound pushy, but it's almost like 9:00 p.m. So it'd probably gonna be like 3 in the morning if we like go to space. So I suggest we like
I'm
speed
down
things
for
up
that.
a little
That'll be
bit.
hilarious.
All right, well, it's already locked in
it's
because
already, we're
4v2.
keeping it. We can delete what EOL suggested in chat. Did you guys see what he suggested?
Yeah,
No, I
he
didn't.
said
Eating, I think that's
Konami,
we check history.
and
No, Konami, no. I'll argue that again.
Spike.
But right now it's Ronald's turn.
Wait, what about my?
Mike.
Wasn't it my turn though? I think it was Ronald's turn, and then
I don't remember the order.
shoot. Shoot.
Because originally it was David, Ronald, and me, and then after David we put Aiden and then MM. So let's go back to Ronald.
Matrix hasn't gone.
Oh no! Can I say something? Ronald suggested NetherRealm Studio. That's when like Aiden and MM came in, and then went to Aiden.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, you're right. So it's David's turn.
Okay. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's some of these studios I'm not 100% familiar with.
That's gonna be the case naturally.
So let's see. Actually going to. So I did some research on. Oh shoot! I've already lost it. Oh man, I'm an idiot.
Do you want to just pass?
Don't worry, Ricardo. I see
I
you.
almost started. I think Game Freak. I'm gonna vote on Game Freak. I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
go ahead.
elaborate
I'm
that,
actually
please.
So Game Freak, I've done some research, and it looks like that the only really good things they've done is they've only created like Pokemon games. Like, have they created any other like good games besides some Pokemon games?
Have they created anything other than the highest selling franchise ever? One of the titans of modern day culture and media. I don't know. Actually, they have. They made some dumb like.
the elephant.
Yeah, they made. As much as I want to shit up.
Tim agrees with me. I have someone to support me on the Twitch chat. He agrees with me.
To get rid of it?
Here's the thing, is I think it's hard to, like, I'll be honest, Pokemon slaps.
Yeah,
I know it's fun to make fun of Pokemon and call it slap, but Pokemon is actually fucking awesome, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really, like, as far as especially the competitive element to Pokemon, I feel like there's nothing really like that.
That is fair.
Yeah, the core Pokemon games, like, one of the highest skill floors and even higher skill ceiling. Like, it is a very intricate game when it comes to 1v1, and not even including like all of the different, like, at least base Gen 1 to Black and White era. I think that's undisputably like goated. Like, yes, it does get kind of sketchy when you get to Sun and Moon, X and Y, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But in terms of output, like, they're legendary. Like, it just can't be denied. So, like, yeah, they may have only made up one series, but with like almost 100 plus games, and I haven't even gotten to the fucking spin-offs.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap, Pokemon
Snap,
the Ranger games,
Ranger,
Those are good.
Mystery Dungeons.
Mystery
Mystery
Dungeon,
Dungeon?
yeah, Mystery Dungeon.
Explorers of Scott. Oh man, I
Don't
get
forget
the
about
sense.
Little Town Heroes, guys.
I think.
Pokemon Conquest, while a little janky, is a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
I will
say
admit that.
something?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So
By the way, I'm voting to keep it.
okay.
So go ahead.
So here's the thing. If when it comes to EA, if let's say EA was only known for like NFL, let's just pretend that EA only made the NFL series, would it still be worth putting on the top 10?
Well,
Right? Let's say
it
Nintendo is
depends.
only known for the Mario series. What if
It would
only
have
do
to.
Mario?
Those NFL games would have to be on par with Pokemon. So
Well, what about Nintendo?
we're assuming that they had same quality of
I
early
guess the
Game
real
Freak.
question is, if Game
What about
Freak has to
Nintendo
go, I
only
feel like
making-
Atlas would have to go next.
What about
Oh.
Nintendo making Mario? When Nintendo making Super Mario, would Nintendo still be worth putting on the top 10 list if they literally?
Yes.
Yeah,
Franchise?
easily.
Yeah,
There goes
easy.
top 10. With just
Very,
Mario
very.
alone, it's top 10.
Yeah, just Mario
Okay.
alone.
At least
Yes,
in my
that's
opinion,
not even a question.
obviously, But I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mario,
again, this is an
Zelda.
EA. This is an EA symptom. Like, I get it. Modern day Game Freak, poo poo caca. I'm not denying that, but in totality, they're they're the highest selling franchise for a reason. They didn't just stumble upon it. So there's my vote. I vote to keep. David obviously votes to delete. Aiden.
It is a valid. I understand where David's coming from with this. I
Yeah.
really do. It's not. I think for now, I would vote to keep them for now.
Yes. Alrighty.
But I am.
If you
fine.
want oh, go ahead.
MM.
If you want
What
my
are we
honest
voting?
opinion, I don't
Yes.
think they're top 10, but definitely think that they deserve at least the top 15 or top 20 in my book.
So keep or delete? That's the question. All right, we're keeping. That's two. No, that's three. 3v1. Ronald.
Yeah, we gotta keep the totality in mind. I'm thinking keep for now anyway.
Alrighty, it stays for now.
For now, I
Yeah.
will come back to them.
We will come back to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think I'll go next unless Matrix wants to go.
You have anything you want to remove, Matrix? And actually, yeah, Tim, that is a good point.
We're also
think we need to-
basing it
we need
off
to do
the
better
art.
at picking.
It's also primarily based off argumentation.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like
which
it's
is
gone.
valid.
Why? IDK. You gotta
No,
just
there-
like
trust me. There are things about to get deleted very shortly.
yeah.
I think for the sake of progress, we should start addressing what EOL said.
What's that? I haven't
Is
seen it.
anyone trying the bat for aiding?
Aiding.
No,
Aiding.
get aiding out of here.
I love aiding.
Get him out of here.
I love
outta here.
Kusoge. I will say this. I do. Aiding is one of my favorite devs. Easily one of my favorite devs. I love their Kusoge.
No,
I
that's
love
totally fair. That's totally fair.
Gekito Tyson. Naruto Clash Ninja alone is one of my favorite series. But
I agree.
do you guys want to just bomb it out? We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm thinking we should just bomb it out.
Is not good enough to keep the game, so let's can it.
Well, they
I
also
don't think
have.
they're
Well,
back.
Aiding also has Marvel 3, by the way.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Team
aware.
Get
Wars
him out. Get
Capcom.
him out.
So it's not just
Responsible for
Naruto.
Virgil, get him out of here.
So they're involved in a lot more of your favorite fighting games
Oh, no,
than
they've
you
done
would
a
think.
lot of
Yeah.
great games.
So
Oh, they
They
were
have.
on Street Fighter 4 as well, man?
Were they?
No. That's Dimps.
No, that was Dimps. All right, who votes to take it out?
I'm sorry, they have to go.
All right, that's Aiden. Ronald.
We should get rid of it.
All right, Ronald. MM.
I'll do it. Yeah, take him out.
All right, just take it out.
Alrighty.
Finish it.
Sorry, boys.
Alrighty.
EOL's other
Alright, that's
suggestion
already
was Spike Chunsoft.
I just thought they made
him out of here.
some.
I know Ronald just hates for some reason.
Listen,
What's it called?
putting Dongon
Even
bias
though I
aside,
I do
Should
want to put on the
they be here?
record. He was a die-hard Danganronpa fan. Him,
Yeah.
Anna, and Jennifer would not stop talking about that game.
Die
It would be an
Hard
all-day thing.
is severe
All day thing.
exaggeration.
No. You are downplaying the fuck out of this, and then 3 happened.
really
You're like,
not.
eat it. Anywho,
Dude, that's the-
Spike Chunsoft.
It was
Do we have any fans?
very basically the
Get him
middle
outta
of
here.
I
one.
am a
I've been
fan
a
of-
hater.
Nah,
I know
Tim,
they-
you're not in
they
here.
made
You
Jump
can't.
Force, get him out.
You can't dive in front of it.
I play. I think I'm
All
playing like.
I'm gonna say for Spike Chunsoft is that 100 line looks cool, but I haven't played it, and I don't really care about Dangun, so
That's
my
what I
vote
was
is
gonna
to
ask.
dump
Like,
it.
Dongon bias aside, what are you guys going for bat on here for Spike Chunsoft
Listen,
besides Dongon?
Spike Chunsoft made Jump Force.
Zero Escape.
Automatically, they're out.
Hold on.
Zero
No,
Escape
they
is
didn't.
pretty. Zero Escape games are pretty cool. I will say that. Like
Wait
they
a
have cool
minute.
VNs outside of But sorry, Tim. This is a Ronald stream, meaning Dangon is the enemy.
Wait, oh my
So-
God, Spike Chunsoft did make Jump Force.
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Oh,
out.
God.
Get him out of here.
Oh no, it's not. You're right.
They make all the anime slop games.
It's the artist. I'm getting confused. I keep thinking, what's his face is Spike.
J-Star's
Anywho,
favorite Pokemon, though.
God,
I'm voting
dang.
to take it out.
Yeah.
Ronald.
Get it out of here. What?
Aiden says go. MM.
Yeah, they gotta
Alright,
go. They
it's-
gotta go. Gotta
it's
go. Gotta
out.
go.
They got amazing games in their history, though. I mean, there's no
Yeah, they do.
denying that.
Yeah,
But I just
Sharon the Wanderer. They
got a speed run.
Published. They published what's it called, Steins Gate. But yeah, out of here.
Can it really carry them to top
go.
10? That's what y'all need to decide.
no,
Nope.
no, they're out. Get them out of
Nope.
here.
All right.
Adios,
Well,
no.
wait, what?
All that matters, at least in terms of this, is the argument you present.
Oh.
That's all I'm judging.
They did make this.
So-
And that's
you
what I
can-
wanted
you
y'all
can
to
also-
present. Is there anything
You
else that
can-
can carry them?
You can absolutely biff an easy pick, like with EA. Why? I don't know.
They made
Alright.
some video games.
Yeah.
What was the other one that needed we need to vote on?
He said Konami, but that I'm not. I've already had to defend it once. I'll do it again.
Well, now that everyone's here,
Just
should we
because again,
address
it's one of those
Konami?
haha bad current dev.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm with
Nah,
you.
that's not a strong enough argument. Has been my whole point. Like
That's
you
what I'm
gotta-
saying. With
you
everybody
gotta
here
you
now,
gotta
should
present
we
to the
address it?
class. What? Address
Okay.
what?
Should we address EA? No. Should we address Konami again now that everybody's here?
Nah, we'll get to it later.
We'll get to it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it later.
I've altered the deal, Ronald. You ever had to
There's
alter
some
it
more
again?
there's some more on here I think we could kill really easily, and we should do those first.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Bungie.
Yeah.
What did
that's fine.
Bungie make?
What? As much as I,
You're right.
because Halo 2 is one.
You're right.
Halo
they
2 is
moved.
one of the best multiplayer experiences ever. One of the best shooter experiences ever.
Iconic,
I just
yes.
don't think 1 through 3 ODST carry hard enough.
I don't think
I
so
agree.
either.
Considering I'm also like, I just do not care about Destiny, and that's all they've been for a while.
Here's the thing.
And
I
I
think
played a
actually,
little bit of Destiny. I did not
honestly,
like it that much.
if
so.
it was just Halo 1 to ODST, I think it might carry them. But they kept
Yeah.
making games after that. And that's the problem.
We're noticing a trend here where some developers just
And
become
even
at the
though like
mercy of
lesser
something.
known ones, like what are they working on? Marathon. Like, it was cool, but it's one, they're stealing art. Like, it's hard confirmed they're stealing art,
Yeah.
and two, it looks really bad.
Bungie,
Even after
listen,
stealing art.
I know I defended EA, but Bungie, they literally, if you bought DLC for Destiny 2, they quote vaulted it and made it so you could not play it anymore. And then they said, "Oops, we lost it."
Oops, we lost.
Oops, no
it.
DLC. Oops, no
Literally,
DLC.
they're like, "Oh, we haven't been updating it, so we can't reintegrate it back into the game. So that money you spent is literally gone, and that content you bought is gone forever."
That's crazy.
Aw, dang, that's a dick move. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
I have
I'm
to
sorry.
take
I
them
can't
out.
defend. I think they
And
have to go.
Not
They have
even
make
to
some
like
hard-
make it too recency bias. Like even 4 through 5 are like very severely lacking. And
Well, 3
granted,
through 3.
those aren't Bungie, but
However, hot take. Reach, multiplayer wise, like competitively, it was very lacking. Reach was really bad.
yeah, casual. I played that more casually. I liked all like the
Yeah.
created modes.
Reach was
but-
actually so bad competitively, it almost killed Halo competitively for good.
Wow.
Yeah,
A lot of people
Well,
forget about that.
Chris
the
Reagan
series
did a
itself
really
didn't
good
come back.
summary
That's for
on
damn
that.
sure.
Yeah, well,
All right, I'm voting Bungie out. Who's next? Who
Yeah,
else is saying
get out
yay?
of here.
it pains
Yeah,
me, but they have to
Yeah,
go.
I agree.
Alrighty.
Let's go with Bungie.
Take
I
it
love
off.
Halo, but it has to go.
Like Bungie.
Alrighty, Ronald next.
What the frick is PopCap?
That was a Tim pick, I
I
believe.
think that's the Peggle guys.
The what?
The what?
Peggle.
Peggle? Oh,
You're saying
wait.
words. What?
You never heard
There's
of
so-
Peggle? Oh no, that's Plants. Oh, it is Peggle and Plants vs Zombies. And
Oh
stuff.
wait, are they under EA?
They're under EA.
Do
feel
they
like they
have
should just
enough
be part of EA,
standalone
right?
stuff? Well, do they have enough standalone stuff?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they have any?
It was a Tim pick, so he better get in here and
snap,
explain
they
himself.
made Bejeweled automatically top 10.
Oh Lord, mom gaming.
I don't know if that was all under EA or not. I don't
know.
Alrighty, are we picking it or what's going on?
I love.
Don't ask what's
always...
what. Say what you don't want.
I see that if it's not rolled into EA, I'm have to vote it out. I'm afraid.
Yeah,
same.
Tim, we might as well roll this into EA. I'm a fan of middle-aged mom gaming, but we should just.
I got the lore from my resident researcher. EA is their parent company as of 2011.
Oh.
Okay.
So that would mean.
So basically, it's just Bejeweled and what? Plants vs. Zombies? No, Peggle.
Yeah, and Plants vs. Zombies.
So most of their big stuff they made on their own.
Fair. Are they hanging with the top 10? I don't think so.
No, I don't think Bejeweled Gaming really gets them that far, let alone... Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm not batting for them. I'll keep it simple. My vote's for Get Out.
I'm sorry, they have to go.
They gotta go.
Peggle is slaps, though.
That's 3. David, any of you are secret Peggle gamers?
I do like Bejeweled, but definitely has to go.
Alrighty, that's 4. That's already locked in. So,
Right,
let's see. Who's next? Aiden? Or is it David?
I think it was me, right?
Honestly,
Okay,
I
think
don't know.
so. So, it'll go Aiden, David, and then we'll figure it out.
Fuck, this is tough.
It should be Aiden and then and then me.
Okay, good, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Alright, Aiden.
There's 30
Who the
left.
fuck is Young Horses?
Yeah,
I already forgot who Young Horses
Wait,
is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that
Tim suggested that too. They made.
Listen, they get him out of here. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, dang.
Octodad,
Yeah,
cool.
Bugsnax.
Bugsnax, cool. Don't get me wrong. Top 10 developer ever. I don't know about that one.
Say that one more time?
I said they did Bugsnax. They did
Oh.
Octodad, which are cool, but top 10 ever developer. I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
It's quirky gaming at its finest, but not top 10. You don't need to say much.
Didn't make it this far.
Yeah, if you guys took out Kino, I'm on a warpath.
No, and I agree with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that.
No, I
He's putting in games he likes so that like they'll get exposed and people play them.
Yeah, I'm not on
Dang,
the
that's
Tim
big
propaganda.
I don't know. If
I
that's true, but
appreciate
that's
appreciate it though.
So I think they got to go though. I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm only voting. Not memes aside, I just don't have enough of a connection with them. So
How
I
many
vote
games do they have
to
total?
kick them.
And they only have like 5 or 6 games, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
I have no idea. I just don't know them well enough.
Yeah, they only have like 6 games total. You know, I don't. They gotta go.
Anyone's okay? How about anyone trying to defend it? That's easier to ask.
Not me.
Has anyone actually even played Bugsnax in here?
Yeah. Tim.
I think that's Tim Gaming trademarks.
Yeah. So I think it's got to go. Unfortunately.
All right. Going once, going twice. Dump it, Ronald.
So,
Alrighty.
He bought.
All right. Now it's MM's turn.
Yes.
Dang, that's a tough
And remember, I don't know. It's not an argument.
Studios?
Wait, what'd you say?
That's the Yakuza group. The
RNG?
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. I didn't know. I just need to.
Oh, okay, no, it's all good. I was like, dang, what timing? He's like, I was waiting for you, Aiden, to kill him.
Nah, not the Yakuza series. And I think they also
I've been
were
waiting for
responsible
this.
No, they're responsible for a Super Monkey Ball as well. Like
That is
these
true.
guys.
Yes, that is true.
Hell
Based
no.
gods.
Definitely not.
All right, but who's your pick?
That's a tough one. Probably have to say.
All right, Matrix is out.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm gonna
S5.
have to skip this one. This one's definitely hard. I don't know. I guess I would say if I had no other choice, probably Game Freak. I don't know if how they would stack against all the other competition at this point right now.
We kind of already
Outside
went
of
through
Pokemon,
this.
Yeah.
He said
I
Game
don't know
Freak,
about
even though we
I
kind
don't
of.
know.
No, say that. We already went through that, MM. Were you not
There's
there?
gotta be a cooldown. There's gotta be a cooldown.
Yeah, you can't just keep picking it. Pick something else.
No, I'm trying to pick like I don't know like Oh wait, what's? Oh wait, I
Then
forgot
just
what
start
Sucker
picking
Punch
what
is
you
known
don't
for.
recognize, and we haven't addressed yet. Then we can
Yeah.
talk
Sucker
about
Punch
it.
I don't really recognize. That's why I'm
Oh, dang.
picking it.
Sucker Punch is like what is it?
Infamous.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper, whatever the
Yeah,
new
Ghost of
Ghost
Sushi.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Thank you.
Nah, you guys
So-
had me with Sly Cooper. Fuck.
You know what? We're skipping MM for now. Think about your next pick, David. Go for it.
That's what I'm like.
So,
I said
you
I
might-
skip,
you might
but you
get
guys
a
were
little-
like, pick your pick. And I was like,
Yeah,
Go ahead,
okay.
David.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
We'll give you time, MM, to think about a proper pick.
So this might actually sound a little surprising, but I'm actually going to vote for Namco to get canned, and here's why I'm voting for it.
Namco or Bamco?
Wait, I say that again?
Bamco. Bandai Namco. Definitely not Namco. Bandai Namco. Because here's the thing: if Bandai did not have like Namco to carry them, right? Like Namco is basically carrying Bandai on its back to remain on the top 10. But without Namco, where would Bandai be? Where would Bandai Namco be? They would just be, as you say, known as like a toy developer publishing like certain anime games, like
Yeah.
the series. So
I agree.
Legit, I'm
to-
looking at their list, and you have a very good point.
Yeah, they only have like, 4 games that they've actually developed, one of them being Scarlet Nexus, which I don't really care one way or another about. I just thought it'd be kind of funny if people realized it, because a lot of people conflate Namco games with Bamco games, and yeah, Bamco is a goated publisher, but developer? Eh.
Yeah, I love Scarlet Nexus, but now that you guys mention it, I think Bamco can go.
Because like
I think so, too.
Tales of is a
It's a Namco game. Tales is a Namco game, 100%.
okay. That's what I thought. All right.
mm-hmm.
I don't even know. Honestly, to me, they're just one company.
I was gonna say, technically, I told Ronald earlier, like, if you want to be quote-unquote that guy, you could technically count Smash Ultimate as a Bamco game. You technically could count that. You technically can, which is funny.
but I won't.
Yeah. It's just funny. But, anyone... I thought Ronald might want to defend it.
Yeah, well, I really can't
So
defend it for anything
Bamco is
besides
anything
Scarlet
with
Nexus.
Bandai and Namco together after the merge, or is it just Bandai?
Yeah, that's the
games?
thing.
I'm
It's-
confused.
Well,
Yeah.
Basically, games specifically developed, keyword developed by Bamco, not Namco. Because a lot of the games they've published, they've never actually like
Yeah,
hands-on
honestly, even
developed.
their Wikipedia page does not help because it just says Bandai Namco Studios.
Yeah, they just do a lot of publishing. I thought someone out there would have been like, Scarlet Nexus is my jam and Code Vein is the bomb.
Scarlet Nexus
saw
is
them
sick.
play-
Oh, yeah, you can get them off the list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really
they're-
can't keep them on just for Scarlet
Yeah.
Nexus.
Doom
That
it.
was what it was. They made Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. They can go.
Never mind. Yeah, they gotta go. They gotta go right
Dang.
now. Go.
all right,
And
so
then
it looks like,
you ha-
we're all agreeing to. So it looks like I don't think there's any point in talking because it looks like we're all like no need to be a dead
Yeah.
horse. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. It looks like we're all agreeing to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamco
Go.
can go.
Yeah.
MM, do you have a pick or do you need more time?
I think I'm looking at Hudson right now, and they haven't really made any games since 2008. So it feels like
I
made Mario Party
love
and
Hudson.
Bomberman?
Bomberman. They've got a lot of cool,
Party-
quirky games. Mario Party's 1 through the GameCube
I
era.
think 1 through 8. Yeah, I think
1
they
through
started ended. Yeah, 1 through 8.
So for 4 through 7 alone, goated, but
I think they
But
gotta
that's
go.
it. Like that.
I
and
think they gotta go
Bomberman.
too. I think
Yeah.
just lack of output kind of. Granted,
Yeah.
the Mario Party games are like the de facto like party game. Like anytime someone makes a party game, they're kind of copying Mario. Like Mario Party is the template.
It also makes me want to fist fight people, though.
That's true. That's half the fun. They can they can control your emotions to such an effect that you want to put the
Yes,
hurt
you
on
wanna
someone.
put the hurt on someone.
But that's Bomberman as well.
Bomberman's great. Yeah, getting cut in the corner, but like, haha, you have to take
Definitely.
the checkmate. That's
I
true
just
gaming.
don't think top 10 all time. You know,
No, I just maybe top 10 in my heart, but that's a
they
good
did
pick.
make
Yeah,
2 Virtual Boy games too. I think they.
they
got it.
did.
Oh,
Actually, didn't they also do Sonic Shuffle?
Did they?
No, hold on. Let me check.
Was
I
that?
think so. Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking right
They're
now.
instant out. Granted, that's an inside job. I know Nintendo paid them to fuck it up.
Yeah, they did Sonic Shuffle.
Yes, they made Shuffle.
All right, get them out of here.
They did.
They're out. They're out. Who? Ronald, I believe you're next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, there's some glaring fucking.
No, yeah, there's some things I've thought of, but just to be sure, what all are we removing so far?
Let's see. We're removing.
I think you
Hudson.
got everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
Oh, Hudson. Remove
Hudson, take out Hudson.
Hudson, okay.
Get him out of
Yeah.
This list is gonna be normie as fuck, but I'm all
Well, I mean, if we're considering the history
It's
of all
normie for a
time,
reason.
then yeah.
here for it. Exactly.
I think we
Turns
still
out
have like.
normal people like good stuff.
I think we got like, if I count it correctly, like almost 20 picks to go before we have 10.
Yeah, this
We
is...
have
Okay,
20.
let's-
We have
let's-
18.
So,
this
pick
is
it up, pick it up,
difficult,
pick it up, pick it up.
actually.
All right, Ronald, go.
What
Speed
the
round.
frick is Koei Tecmo?
Koei Tecmo, Ninja
What do you mean? What is Koei Tecmo?
Yeah,
They waited just for you. I'm like,
What the
Dead or
fuck?
Alive.
What do you mean? What is Koei Tecmo?
First of all, don't ask what is what. Just say what you're taking out, what you're voting for,
Yeah, yeah.
or else that adds up time.
okay, well, that's
What are
my
you
choice.
voting for, Ronald?
That's my choice.
Koei Tecmo?
Yeah.
All right.
There's also
Oh, wait,
Ninja
we need an
Gaiden,
important
Dead or
rule here.
Alive, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors
Okay,
Orochi.
thank you.
That's what
Is
they're known
Team
for.
Ninja part of Koei Tecmo?
I see.
Aren't they? Haven't they
They are,
done?
Yes,
but
they
are we
are.
counting them for this?
Well,
Yes, we're counting them.
No.
so is it if
Okay.
it's a merger situation, then like Midway, NetherRealm, then
It's
yes.
not a
We're
merger.
counting. But it's almost like an exclusive thing, correct? Do they make non-Koei Tecmo games, Team
no.
Ninja?
Well, I don't think so. No.
Or at least
No,
enough.
I don't think so.
So yeah, we're,
I think they are explicitly part of. They are a division of Koei Tecmo.
yeah. So just
They are.
count them in this too.
Okay.
Oh, they created. Yeah.
So
They also made Neo. So.
alrighty.
Oh,
Anyone batting
Yeah.
for Koei Tecmo? Go.
I am.
All right.
all
go for
right,
it.
go ahead.
Okay. Dynasty Warriors slaps. Those games are fun as fuck. Hyrule Warriors peak fan service. It's really fun. Like all the games are packed to the brim with content. They also do the like, oh, you want a smaller budget game? You say you actually want that, fine. But really, Team Ninja made like 4 of the greatest, I'd say 5 of the greatest combat systems ever made. Like in any game. Like Neo 2 is actually so fucking goated as a game that it genuinely puts to shame like 90% of action RPGs that have like been produced. It's actually almost embarrassing how much better it is. Like
Oh.
once you get into it than a lot of other action RPGs. Like it's hard to go from like Neo to Witcher. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I think Team Ninja is really like bonus that makes them really good.
And not Ninja Theory, Team Ninja. There's a
Team
difference.
Ninja. Team Ninja.
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, 3 Razor's Edge. Base 3 is awful though. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
a big point against them. 3's that bad. But Neo
Oh,
1,
and they
Neo
also
2.
Yes, we
They
will.
did Dead or Alive, all of the Dead or Alive games.
They also made Other M. So.
Yeah, Other M does suck. I'll give you that. The gameplay is fine though. It's really Nintendo's fault.
It should have been a Mega Man game.
Facts. But they've done a lot of good work. So I don't know.
Okay, well,
I
it
think
sounds
I
like
like.
you're saying to keep it.
I think I
Well,
like.
the Atelier games too, I guess, if you're into that.
Oh,
Oh,
Atelier.
you said the
Never
magic
mind. That
word.
scoops it up. I'm voting to keep it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
keep
Dynasty
it.
Warriors 4 alone, which is my favorite Dynasty Warriors game. But you brought up Atelier, and yeah,
Yeah,
Pingus. I'm voting to keep
it's
it.
clearly
So
staying.
That's two to keep, 1 to delete. Any? What do you guys vote? The ones you haven't voted.
Fatal Frame.
Ooh. Damn, they are goated. More than I thought. What do you vote?
I already said keep. I already said keep.
Okay, keep. So that's 3 keep. David?
Uh,
Actually, wait.
I'm
No,
gonna vote-
that's already locked because there's only 5 of us right now.
I was
so-
gonna vote keep anyway, so.
All right, keep.
Yeah, they do have a lot of slop. That's true, gamer. Kelsey.
They have a lot
I think
of
that is
when
slop.
we
true.
come back to them, I think they'll be on the axe, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even though I like them.
All right,
Team
is
Ninja
it
sucks when
my
they-
turn or is it David's turn? My turn?
I can't.
Well, it's been a minute since you've had a turn. I think it's your turn to pick.
Alrighty. Here's my first contentious pick, Rockstar. Look, yes, it has one of the highest selling games ever, GTA 5, and yes, San Andreas is in fact goated. It's the best. Same with Vice City, but I think it's just lacking variety. And really, outside of like the hardcore like people who like to do the heists and whatnot, like these games kind of run their course once you beat them like once or twice, and or at the very least find the cheat codes. I don't really think they have a lot of standing power in an overall top 10 setting. They are cool, don't get me wrong, and I really do enjoy San Andreas, but I'm not gonna bat for them to make it past the first calling. Any detractors?
So I would. Can I say something about Rockstar?
Yeah. Yes, please.
So the big thing about Rockstar is that like the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3 gen, they actually did some decent jobs. They made like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 also is very cool. I won't forget it.
Yeah, and
I understand that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, I understand that you make just more than that, but continue.
And they've also made the Max Payne series, and they also made, even though it was only one, so they made Bully. You know, they've actually made quite a bit of games. They've made a lot of games in the PS2 and the PS3 generation. Obviously, in the PS4 generation, they didn't really make many games, and the PS5 generation.
Well, no one makes games for PS5, but yeah.
Yeah. So like I have to say that I think my defense for Rockstar would definitely be much stronger if we were living in the early 2010s in the PS3 generation, but I
don't want to be that guy, but I kind of have to.
I know.
They're kind of riding on the wave of like the formula they found. Like, what game hasn't been GTA 3 that they've made? Like, what hasn't followed that formula? Like, yes, there are differences, and there's, you know, each game has their own little unique tick, but truly, what hasn't played anything differently than GTA 3? That pretty much has set their course to this day, with very minor exceptions.
Kind of like Tekken, though. Like, we might as well. Here's the thing: when it comes to Namco and Tekken, like Tekken has pretty much had the same kind of gameplay.
But that's one series of Namco. Namco has Pac-Man, Klonoa, Tales of.
I know that. Well, that's true.
And those all play differently, so I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
that's just my thing. Like, it feels like they're the Rocksteady that was actually successful. Like, make one type of game and do it well, regardless of how many times they may repeat themselves.
Yeah.
So, in my personal opinion, like every like developer has like different ways of making a game, and I believe in if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And I think Rockstar's been smart to make like a bunch of different games, and the games are still have like modes.
But since like 2001, like they can't throw on like GTA Racing or something like that, you know?
GTA Racing.
That's just a goofy. It's just a goofy example. Midnight Club is cool. Rip Midnight Club.
Grand Theft Auto Online alone, like Grand Theft Auto 5 has so many mini games in there. You know?
That is pretty cool. But I'm talking about their core game, their core bread and butter has been Grand Theft Auto 3, but repackaged, retooled, remastered. And while that is cool, but Red Dead Redemption plays like Grand Theft Auto 3 in the West.
But it also has a lot of mini games, though. Like,
yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I said that. I said that they have their own, differences.
What's the vote? Are we voting on this?
What are we voting? I'm voting to take it out, obviously. David says to keep. So
this is tough because I went to bat for Koei, but if like, that's the bias, I kind of vote to take him out too.
All right, that's 2. So 2 against 1. If we get one more, that locks it.
I think they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone said I was insane for saying this, I'd be like, you know what? That's fair. That's what I would say. But I still vote.
Like yes, they do a thing very, very well. For me, that trick got a little old at some point.
I'm not a huge cinematic fan. Like the cinematic games thing doesn't really do it for me. So the move to like having lots of animations and stuff.
Ronald.
I would say take, I guess. Yeah, I'd say take.
That's 3. That locks us up.
All right. Hey, Michael, can I say something? Michael,
Go for it, yes.
I misunderstood like what you said. I thought you were talking about like creative stuff with just GTA in particular. I didn't realize.
Oh,
you were
no.
talking about GTA.
Yeah, no, it's all good. No, you're fine.
Okay,
All right, well, Rockstar is rock dead. Who is next? Who's next?
When was my turn? I don't even remember.
I thought.
You went. I just went after you, because you said Koei Tecmo.
Oh wait, yeah.
So you
Bro,
just
I
went. So MM, I believe.
No,
MM,
it's
have you
Aiden.
thought of something yet?
Oh, Aiden.
Oh, it's me again.
No, I haven't thought of anything because like
Okay,
Oh my
so yeah, we
lord.
can just go to
Can we
Aiden
do like a
then.
combo? Can we like take out like two at once here?
Yeah. Well.
All right. Make your pick.
Yeah. Go
All
for
right,
it.
Marvelous should not be on this list still. There's no way Marvelous is still on this fucking list.
I just think a lot of people aren't familiar with it outside of
Yeah,
like
honestly-
me.
Listen, Rune
elaborate.
Factory is
I'm
cool.
familiar.
God Eater's
Rune
kind of
Factory.
cool,
God Eater's cool.
but it's not
frick
top.
it.
It's not better than Rockstar cool.
No.
Fate Extella is like a worse Warriors game.
Oh,
They got-
Yeah. I mean, almost every Warriors game that isn't Gundam Warriors is worth.
Yeah. Oh, based.
Almost.
I think they got it. Sorry.
Alrighty, I'm down for Marvelous Snipe. Anyone? Okay, anyone
Yeah.
defending it?
not me.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Like,
Alright, they're gone.
I'll just
What was your-
snipe it,
what-
snipe it.
What was your second pick?
Alright,
Take out
listen.
Marvelous. Oh baby.
NIS.
Switch this.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, I was thinking the same.
They don't gotta be on here.
Any
I'll just be neutral. I'm just
any
gonna.
any Disgaea fans in
Yeah,
this
just
bitch?
any Disgaea fans coming in.
Any
to
pretty
save the
any pretty dudes in the chat?
Oh, wait,
Speak your piece right
Senran.
now.
Labyrinth
Frick.
of Refrain Enjoyers.
Senron's
Senran
not carrying them.
If this was a Dojin list, they'd be in top 10 free, but it's not.
Wait, NIS?
Yeah, they're not
I
being
thought
carried by
Marvelous
Dojins
was the
either.
one.
No, we were picking two at a time.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man, you gotta get in the game.
No, I was saying like I thought Marvelous created Sinron. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's an old. It was the chat delay. He was saying
Okay.
Senron was sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Senron is sick.
But it's not that sick. And
Yeah, not that
neither
sick.
is Disgaea.
I'm not a big Disgaea gamer, so I must also agree. Anyone defending? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Take them off. That's two successful snipes.
Also, Twitch
Hyper
ads I think are
dimension.
just ending, but I don't think anyone else is gonna defend Marvelous.
Oh shit! NIS published it on Uni.
Wait,
They
published?
published,
Uni?
yes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
They published.
publish. Yes, they
dude.
Nihon Falcom does develops.
I say get rid of Ubisoft next.
Yeah. Ronald
Hell
almost committed to
Hell
it, but
no.
he chickened out. Oh?
Yeah,
Alright, you guys are
will have to
crazy.
go next.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think I would still vote to keep it for now because I think there's still stuff we can get rid of.
Alright, well, MM, why are you picking... And I don't know isn't an answer.
Oh, that's yeah. I made that blunder. I am. So bad.
Oh my god.
Okay, next.
Shoot.
this
Just
oh,
mostly,
next.
I just feel like most of the games that they've made, at least now, especially with like Assassin's Creed, they just don't feel fun anymore. But they've made like games like Rayman and stuff, but like all of their games, like at least after Ninja Gaiden 2, they just haven't hit the same.
Wait, Ubisoft did Ninja Gaiden?
It's
What?
Assassin's Creed 2.
You mean Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed, my bad. No, I said I'm not Assassin's Creed.
I was
I
so
think the
confused.
pressure's
Sorry,
getting
I'm
to
busy
him, boys.
I'm busy typing a story and
Oh my
going on the
lord.
chat as I go. So yeah.
Alright.
I would say, I don't know, I just don't feel like their games are as fun as they used to be, at least when it came to like, the only games I've loved playing was up to Rayman and the first two Assassin's Creed games. Then everything else is just as
I will say Ubisoft is one of the biggest offenders of just not treating their legacies properly.
Oh no, they're all.
Everything has gone down for the sake of Assassin's Creed. and Assassin's Creed has been tepid at best. It peaked in 2, obviously. 3 was potential, man. The game, such a cool setting, squandered, and 4 had some of the best ship combat. After that, is anyone really batting for them outside of?
I'll bat for you. So.
Yeah, go for it. 'Cause I can't even think of another game.
Listen, all right. I'm 3 words: Prince of Persia. Instant god tier trilogy of games right there. Your
What about
games? Assassin's Creed. Honestly, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations.
Yeah, earlier Assassin's Creeds are pretty darn good.
And honestly, even now that it's fixed a lot, Unity are pretty sick. And Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 in particular basically created modern games. Far Cry 1, 2, and 3 are all excellent games, and Blood Dragon's pretty sick. Far Cry 4 is like solid, but starts wearing on the formula a lot. I'm looking at some of their older games too. They have obviously the classic Rayman games, but they also have Rayman Legends. They have Rayman Origins. They publish a bunch of shit. They also have all the Splinter Cell games. They also have all the Rainbow Six games, all the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare games. Red Steel 2, which is actually a hidden gem, and Scott
Very
Pilgrim,
cool.
I think. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is another Ubisoft.
Did they developed it or published it?
I thought they developed.
Don't forget Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 1 is pretty good. Some people like Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs Legion was rushed. They should have taken their time and had a potential to be a great game, but they made that decision.
My biggest crux is that like all the series are cool until you get to modern day. Like all those series
That's true.
are dumpstered. Every like Splinter Cell alone, like the later half, absolutely slaughtered. It was taken to the back and old yellow.
It's a great game, and Blacklist is a
Blacklist,
great game.
yeah.
But they're not really Splinter Cell games. They're
No, not at all.
And even though I really like them, you can't even play them now.
And like
Literally, like you can't get them on PC or anything.
And every time they get
These
something
have a
new and
lot of
shiny,
games.
they just absolutely squander their legacy. Like they're actively hurting themselves.
Very EA.
Like Division, really? You guys want to play a Bullet Sponge, the game, with like the same boss every
I guess
time?
the question is, it's really just is the legacy good enough that you can overlook where they are now, or is it not good enough?
I have to say no, only because they themselves are the ones like stepping on their legacy. They're just stomping it actively, and it's an EA situation like that. Yes, they deserve a way more credit than people give them, but unlike EA, I feel like they haven't done enough recently. And I'm a current active Rainbow Six Siege player, and I'm saying this. Yes, I'm on heroin. Help! This is a cry for help. They.
All right, let's vote. Let's vote.
I'm saying they gotta go, but there's a tear in my eye of what they used to be. 1, 2.
Yeah. I would say though, like, so here's the thing, like, what about like EA? Like, Konami has been like.
What about them? This is Ubisoft.
Don't worry about it. It's not ordered, so we'll get to this.
This isn't ordered.
They'll be next.
No, but-
If Ubisoft
Konami-
dies, it doesn't mean ArcSys is better than Ubisoft. It just means that someone just picked it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So we have 2 votes and we have 1 save. So
I'm safe, even though it fills my blood with rage that I have to do this.
and whose fault is that? It's Ubisoft's fault.
I know. I'm just
save it.
playing to
I'll
all the
save
Assassin's
Ubisoft.
Creed games now.
You'll say that again, David.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll save Ubisoft because they've had really legendary games. Like Far Cry 6 was great. Like itself was great. Watch Dogs 1 is one of my favorites. And Watch Dogs Legion actually did get better.
Wrong.
So I think Ubisoft has potential. It's just like they just got.
They are in fact potential, man.
They are
Potential,
Ronald,
man.
Ronald, are you gonna kill
They've
Ubisoft?
had good history too.
What are you
They
doing?
made good games.
Damn. Alrighty.
I will say
what a
Assassin's
save.
Creed 1 is the biggest wasted potential in gaming history. Like,
Yeah.
insane. They're next time we come around,
Yeah. They got lucky this time.
they got lucky this time.
Alright. David, I believe.
Oh snap! Let me take a look at the list.
Oh, NIS needs to get taken off the list.
Yeah, take out NIS, please. And Sucker Punch, I thought. Didn't we vote
No,
Sucker
they're
Punch?
still on there.
We didn't vote out Sucker Punch.
Oh,
I
okay.
will definitely defend Sucker Punch if someone votes it.
Alright. But for now, pick something to take off.
Okay. Let's see, man. Wow, we're really coming down to.
We gotta get closer to it. We still have to debate the top 10 order. Go. You wanted to go faster.
Go.
This is how we go faster.
All right. I'm going to go for Konami again. I'm gonna attack Konami.
Why is that? And other than current day Konami, because we had this before.
So like now that we have like more people to discuss, I'd like to hear like other people's opinions. So like current day Konami, like in fact like the mid 2010s Konami, they did some very controversial things. They butchered the Metal Gear series, and they had a good PS1. They had a good 80s 90s era, but they keep like shooting themselves in the foot. They are trying to make a comeback, but is it worth putting in the top 10? That's the big thing, because we're like...
Yes, it is for Metal Gear Solid alone. And I can also include the other Kojima games, like obviously Zone of the Enders, really cool
Zone
action
2
mech
is
game.
godlike.
It's also got an arcade legacy with all their like Galaga, Dig Dug, Mappy. Mappy's goated, by the way. Mappy's the best arcade game. Pac-Man. Basically gaming icon. Even the random stuff they dip in, like Pac-Man World is one of the best like 3D platformers, like out of nowhere. Pac-Man World 2, and most of Castlevania, like yes, they've had some stinkers, but
I will give you Castlevania.
Symphony of the Night alone is a staple, and Konami is heavily involved with that. They've got such a breadth of just variety. They're basically like Sega's evil cousin. Like, yeah, they're a little more on the darker side, but they have a lot of variety in which I've seen Sega. I feel like the crux of your argument really relies on current day. And yes, they have been poo-poo current day. I get it. I don't like what they did to Kojima, but that doesn't negate MGS1, MGS2, MGS3, MGS4, Peace Walker, so on and so forth. They have a lasting legacy, and I do feel that it's enough to, for now, enough to bypass their recent shenanigans. And Silent Hill 2 remake was not a dud. I'm very shocked. I was ready to hate that game. I was ready to throw it out to the dumpster, and to my shock, no. And Silent Hill F is looking promising. So they're getting their shit together. And this isn't saying much because MGS Delta is basically MGS3. And in fact, all the MGS3 diehards are complaining because they're like, we didn't get something new. I'm like, you got exactly what you asked for. Verbatim, you said you didn't want the game to change, you just wanted the controls updated and the graphics. You got exactly what you wanted. Cope and see, MGS2 superior. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to say their legacy alone and their current trajectory keeps them in the game. That's my vote. So David says take away, I say keep.
This one's tough. This is tough.
This is new for Konami, right?
Hot take. Kojima was a bit of an ass, is my hot take.
Of course, who isn't?
Apparently he siphoned money from Metal Gear Solid 5 to make PT. I get why Konami was mad. They overreacted. Yes. But, you know, Kojima wasting millions of dollars on hiring his Hollywood
Even though
friend.
they make that in the same day off of gambling and...
Yes, not anymore.
Can I say something? Michael,
and Yu-Gi-Oh! Also?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah.
Like, they're not suffering from... They're suffering from success, not from lack of success.
No, very true. My point is more,
all the best
I don't
games...
let the modern influence me too much, actually.
Yeah.
I don't have that much of a connection to a lot of their legacy games, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm kind of ambivalent. I don't know. What do you got? Like, let's vote. Let's just vote.
Yeah, I'm keeping it. David obviously started off, so he's saying take it away.
Which it was Konami, right?
Yeah.
I would say take it. Yeah, I would say take it.
Take it off?
Mm-hmm.
This is tough. I think there's no. Listen, you can't take it off before Atlas.
Ronald.
So keep it. I hope you've been paying attention, Ronald.
He used to be silent because he hasn't even erased the NIS.
Good. I hate that they're so good, and
He hasn't erased
Castlevania, Contra, Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Contra,
Gradius.
Oh god.
Oh, Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh,
come on.
This Konami.
They made Beamon. They're the
Chat, what do you think? Chat.
They're the shadow to Sega Sonic.
Frogger. Oh fuck, you're right, Frogger. All right, chat.
Ronald.
All right, we're
Michael.
taking chat vote. Chat.
Michael, can I
Is
ask you?
Konami in or they dead?
He fucking left. I hate Ronald
left, don't
so
worry,
much.
chat.
Gamer
Chat will save our
Kazi
ass.
said just take
Michael,
it.
I have a
He
question,
said-
Michael. I have a question.
What? What is up?
Regarding Pac-Man World 2, was that actually made by Konami, or Konami had something to do with that game, or?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was in-house.
Okay, that's a keep
Let's-
for
It
We're
might-
keeping it.
keeping
Konami.
Konami.
Okay.
Even if they didn't make it, that's one of. Well, they still have a bajillion more games. Like that's not going to be the linchpin.
I just,
Alright.
no, it was just something I didn't know. It was just something I didn't know. Wouldn't
Okay,
have known
well,
about it.
Gamer Kazi says keep. Ronald
Yeah,
left
we're
us
keeping
as usual. We're keeping it.
Based new stream leader, Gamer Kazi.
Alrighty,
Stream leader.
so-
Wait,
Hey.
what?
Oh my
Don't worry
god.
about it,
He
nobody-
didn't. He didn't. No, no, no. You don't
Doesn't
get to
matter,
vote if you
keep
didn't.
Yeah.
We kept Konami. And okay.
This is
No more
freaking
picking. Don't. We can't pick the same one until a full rotation's done. So
All right, who's up?
who's Ronald?
Well, I don't know.
Yes.
Or is
Are
it
we
me?
keeping Ubisoft?
I think it's you.
Yeah, we kept you. You weren't there for that.
Someone's not reading the
just
chat,
go.
but okay.
Of course I'm not.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm in this. I'm in the stream.
Get rid of AM2.
Oh, man. It's so intense
Alright,
and
turn
heated
on.
right now.
I vote him out.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Never heard of him. Get him out of here.
That's
Yeah, there you go.
Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter.
Basically,
Single
3D
A.
Sega. 3D Sega.
Get the hell out of here.
Virtua Fighter. Virtua
I
On.
was Ubisoft on the chopping block before that.
Because again,
Excellent
current-
question, honestly.
Yeah, we could take AM. We could take AM2 out. We could take AM2
There
out.
we go. I already deleted it.
Oh, can you delete NIS?
That's no problem.
NIS.
Okay.
NIS. Let's see what.
Okay, I'll go next. Sony.
Ray.
Sony in-house.
Alright, hold on.
Let's-
You know what?
yeah.
He might be. Hold on. Let him
Let's
cook.
waste
I gotta
that.
look at their list of actual.
Yeah,
in-house games.
I'm gonna need to know the list.
It's. Well,
They
They created
publish a
Crash
lot.
Bandicoot. No, not Crash Bandicoot. They didn't create that. They published that. My bad.
Exactly. What have they actually made?
if I'm not, technically, Bloodborne.
No,
Technically.
FromSoft though.
Yeah, but Sony was also very. They're the reason why like it can't go anywhere else
Yeah.
is because of them. If I'm not mistaken,
God of War,
I guess
Uncharted,
God of War, Uncharted,
Spider-Man,
pretty much. Yeah, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2.
Clank.
No, that's I guess Japan Studios. I guess technically is through them, or was through them before they
Yeah,
killed
Media
it.
Molecule, Blue Point, Naughty Dog,
Patapon.
Insomniac.
Yeah, Patapon, Gravity Rush. They've got a cool eclectic list of games, but
Get him out of here.
here's the thing: Sony today games, nah. Oh, I guess Helldivers, right?
No,
No?
I don't think they own Arrowhead. I think they just
Oh, okay.
published it.
Yeah. Well, it's just a company that keeps getting worse and worse. And Spider-Man 2 was kind of a letdown from Spider-Man 1, and even from
Their legacy's kind of underwhelming. Look at like
Yeah.
the house games. They
Oh.
did do. I mean, there's Gran Turismo.
that is true. I love Gran Turismo.
They actually developed themselves a lot less than I thought.
Yeah. They made Polyphony Studios for Gran Turismo, which is
With a rap.
this one is really potential, man, because they're just kind of living off of legacy. I mean, how is the PS5 selling well and it has how many games? There we go. It has one. It used to have two. Now it has one. Just one. No, it used to have three because Demon Souls remake, Concord, and fuck, I just had it. Astrobot. I was gonna say Source. Trust me, bro. I think Sony's bad enough to be on the chopping block. Anyone want?
I think
Okay,
they can go, yeah.
they can go.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, they have
They're
less of
more
their
like
own
a
stuff than I
publisher
thought.
than a developer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can go.
Okay. Next person. I'm gonna count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
You should be having 25 left.
20. I count 22.
Okay.
Count 22?
22? Alright. I want to go faster, so I'm gonna pick some
Yeah.
easy, like, let's get rid of
Ronald, take out Sony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, just a second.
do you mean, bro? This is your stream, bro. How are you this slow?
9.
All right, Falcon.
I thought I was being toxic. Dang. I thought I was being toxic.
That's more like niche gaming. So like niche, Trails of Steel, all like the really like more niche. Well, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's no Falcom gamers to defend it, so...
East 10 slapped.
I
East
play
8
Falcom
slapped.
games, but
Falcom's cool, but I don't think they're on this list.
Yeah. They'd
can
only
you
be
guys
on this
still
list
hear
if
me,
someone
by the
was like
way?
a diehard...
Frick.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Here, hold on a sec. But
Sony's still on the
yes,
screen.
Sony can go.
Yeah, Sony's gone. Can you hear us, Ronald?
Yeah. I'm just making sure there isn't excess
Okay.
background noise or
I'm
anything.
pretty sure Falcom off
Falcom's
the
gonna
block.
go.
Oh, frick.
Sorry, Falcom.
Anyone want to defend it? If not,
I don't even know what it is.
Going
Nah,
once,
take it
going
out.
twice, so...
take it.
Mine's bitter.
Alrighty. What else then?
I gotta be right back, so...
Okay.
Okay, let's see. I think... Let me see. HAL Laboratories, while cool, it's not enough. Like
they were
Kirby...
on my list.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
Yeah,
what else besides Kirby.
Granted, Herbie and Smash, technically. Like, obviously... No, but like, most of them, and obviously just one of them by themselves, even the bad one, is still like
True.
something to...
Goated. It's
to
goated.
take into account. With that said, I feel like this one comes down to more so quantity rather than quality.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a point where it's like, okay, you haven't produced enough.
And I will say this too, like, I'll say this, I don't think there's really not even a bad Kirby game. Like, Kirby is one of the few series that's just consistently that good. Like, yeah, sure, it's baby gaming,
a lot of
whatever.
Yeah. No, you're very true. Very true. It's pretty
But-
cool they've done.
Kirby, and then with the occasional Smash. Oh, and Kid Icarus.
I still haven't even played
Did they do
Kid Icarus, to be honest.
The new one, the quote-unquote new
Uprising?
one.
I don't think
Uprising.
they did, though.
I thought that was them. Was that not?
I know Sakurai
Wait,
worked on it,
Kid
but I don't think...
Icarus?
I thought it was.
Hal's actually credited for that game.
No,
they're not. That's Project Sora.
I mean,
Kosei.
either way, I kind of counted them both. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
I kind of just lumped them together.
Oh, you lumped them together? Okay.
But that kind of goes to my point. Even when I lump them together, is that really?
Really,
even if I could-
it's not Hal, it's really just Sakurai, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm gonna say them. Anyone want to say that Smash is enough to keep them alive?
No, I don't think so.
Because you wouldn't be the craziest person to say that, but I'm just wondering if anyone wants to.
Yeah, I'm thinking nah, I
I
can
love
go.
Smash, but they gotta go.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I can go.
Is there any more that are like super easy? Okay, I'll just say it. Sonic Team.
I was gonna say it.
Sonic Team.
Sonic Team's gotta
Yeah.
go.
And you obviously know I am the SAT fanboy. I am doing tricks on it.
Yeah, Sonic Team can go, honestly. Looking at what we have right now, actually, honestly, even Arxis can go.
I was gonna say Arc System.
Well,
probably.
one at a time. Chain 1, Chain 2.
Yeah.
Sonic Team.
Chain.
While it is very
Whoa,
cool,
Wait, so yes, HAL Laboratories is going?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're going.
Okay.
they're going, just not enough. At least for Sonic, I would say it's a weird mix of quantity and quality. Like obviously there's a lot of Sonic games, but not every single one is done by Sonic Team. And even all the ones that have been done, like that are some of my favorites, obviously not all of them are 10 out of 10s, to put it lightly.
I think for me it's better if you made less games, but they're all great. And then making a
Yeah.
shitload of games, and a lot of them are not good, which is
And
Sonic's
it's-
problem.
That is fair.
And the thing is, they haven't even made like a ton, but they've made enough to you like, oh, I know the bad one. Oh, I know the
Yeah.
good one.
yeah, I
and
know we mean
It pains me to
that-
say it.
Yeah, like I know we mean
it's
that
top 10
Sonic
all
is
time,
the Sega cash
Yeah,
cow,
it's not-
but it's not self-sustaining.
Yeah, and they also continue to make racing games, which I do not approve of.
Are they selling?
Get
Why do they
Sonic away
keep
from
making
racing.
that?
I don't even know if the last one definitely did not sell that well. Team Racing did shit.
Then I don't know
But
what
anywho,
they're thinking. Sonic Team can go.
They're gone. Alrighty, Arc System Works. That's an interesting one. I kind of figured it would possibly make a top 10, if not like an honorable mention. But let's hear the cases.
Is anyone trying to defend it? Because I'm not. They're cool. Actually, honestly, just like French bread, they're cool, but not top 10 cool.
But I guess in the sake of making the stream interesting, they kind of invented the anime fighter.
Oh no!
Where,
Absolutely, they did.
Nah.
I say kind of.
Okay, well,
At least with, or rather, they cemented it. Like obviously, Darkstalkers, a lot of the DNA of what anime would take. Like,
I was gonna say there's different branching
Guilty Gear
timelines you can
created
consider.
it.
yeah, that's what I mean. And obviously, you got to give Arc some credit for Guilty Gear. Even if I don't like Strive, or even Xrd a whole lot, I don't hate it. I just game's too bloated. Anywho. We gotta give some credit for OG Guilty Gear.
Yeah,
So the question is, does that keep it alive as well as like more modern takes like DB Fighters?
Hey, they made Ghouls and Ghosts for the Master System.
And River City Girls, correct?
I don't think they made that.
I thought they were a publisher. Let me see.
No, that was
Okay,
way
they published it.
forward. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Now, I'll be honest, they gotta go. That's
Yeah, respectfully, give them their flowers, but ain't no way. Yeah, Way Forward
Also,
made River City.
they-
Actually, oh my god,
They
we didn't even put Way Forward at all.
they have to atone for their sins. That is DNF Duel.
yeah,
Dang.
get them out of here.
Unacceptable.
That was 18 though, really, but I mean,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're
They
publisher.
decided to publish it.
But hold on, summon Tim back. We didn't talk about Way Forward at all. I mean, they're probably not making top 10, but
it is too late. That could be for the
anyway.
that could be on the after show.
yeah, that's just hilarious that we did not bring up Way Forward at all.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There's 15.
I think we have 7 left to get rid of.
To get rid of? Okay.
I have
yeah.
a feeling
We're
I
getting
know
to, like-
what.
All right,
Ian might
well, let me
try
bring
to
it up.
shoot.
Okay, let me see. Monolith Soft.
Don't know what that is.
I do enjoy them.
Let's saw this the Xeno series.
Xeno series.
The Xeno series.
If you haven't checked the waifu page, you know I'm Hyra's husband
Pyra's strongest
and
soldier.
and Cosmos' husband, but
They got
it hurts me because they have some of these strong. Xenosaga alone is Kino, and then we get it.
Games.
It's just again, I hate saying it, just quantity kind of keeps them down. Because the top 10 kind of has to have both,
Yeah.
with very
There is
rare
an
exceptions.
exception, I think
Yeah,
there's
there's-
one exception that we'll talk about.
Yeah,
possibly, but-
I think we're on the same page potentially,
Yeah.
but I'll do it. I was hoping they'd make it, but I'm just like, they just don't have enough. They've got Kino, they just need more of it. They need the blockbusters, which they have, just not enough.
I agree.
They would have
let's
had
get rid of
more
it.
if
There's a tear in my eye right now.
if Bandai Namco and Square Enix gave them time like Nintendo did with like
Yeah.
their games. They would have had bangers like
Because
Xeno-
pretty much every Xeno game, like Xenosaga, Xenogears, Xenoblade,
Mhm.
all Kino,
Yeah.
in my opinion. With Xenosaga 3 being the utmost Kino.
I'm more of a Xenogears guy.
Yeah.
Xenogears because that was my first Xeno game of the bunch. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, is anyone saying to keep it? If not, we gotta snipe it,
go.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, they're gonna-
Let's get rid of this. Let's waste that.
All right, I'll
farewell.
for my sacrificial lamb, intelligent systems.
Yes.
I was literally looking them up right now.
Paper Mario.
I will say
Fire
I'm not that
Emblem.
attached to them. So
I'm very attached. I will say they're one of the more consistent, at least in terms of Fire Emblem. Which, yes, Fire Emblem has the Monster Hunter problem, really negligible, but amazing gameplay for what it is, and it's only gotten more and more popular. But
And Crash Mode.
This one's less quantity. I think it's just more so variety, if that makes sense. That kind of keeps it.
Right.
If there were more amazing stories like Path of Radiance, like if that was more common among the games, I would fight for it harder. But these definitely ain't Final Fantasy games. You believe me?
Yeah. Is there a reason they're not lumped in with Nintendo?
Yeah,
for me
are they
at the
even
time,
not good standalone.
Because they are part of Nintendo, I'm pretty sure.
They are, yeah. I just figured they had enough games that they only do, like Game Freak, where I'm like, they could be on their own.
Yeah.
Because I was assuming this was gonna be a big round table, so I'm like, I wanted to make sure we had variety of like, in case they were like Fire Emblem diehards. So
Honestly,
I think they make enough to be on their own.
I think that Nintendo owns them, you know. Like
They do. But
Yeah,
again,
I think honestly we could just lump it with Nintendo to be real.
they made enough. Like, it's the reason why Sonic teams by itself. Like, Sega owns them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's one of those cases. Game Freak is basically owned by Nintendo, but they make more than enough games.
Yeah. That's fair.
Anywho, does anyone want to keep it other than me?
They gotta go.
I'm a very casual Fire Emblem fan. I don't care.
Rest well, my sweet prince.
How
let's
many are
see.
left? We need to kill 5
1, 2, 3,
more.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
6 more.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 more.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Take out intelligence systems real quick. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6,
Is
4,
the Discord
2, 3,
stream
4,
up
5.
to
Yeah,
date?
6.
Okay.
6. Okay.
What about Valve?
Punch has gotta go.
Yeah, we might need to talk about Valve pretty soon.
Can I defend that, please?
Yeah,
Can I
Valve.
defend Sucker Punch?
Go ahead. I heard Sucker Punch first, then we'll do
I
Valve.
said Sucker Punch has gotta go.
Okay, well, why do you... I'll hear your case first. Why do you want Sucker Punch to go, and then I'll
I'm gonna
defend it.
tell you guys a list of every game they made. Rocket, Robot on Wheels, Sly Cooper 1, 2, and 3,
Kino.
Infamous 1, 2, Festival of Blood, Second Son, and First Light. Which I would say only 2 of those are good. And then Ghost of Tsushima. That's it. That's their entire list of games they've made.
And
I think that's enough to put them in the top 10. I'm sorry.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So first of all, like, I've played like all the Sucker Punch games. So I've actually played all of them. With the exception of the Rocket game, I did not play that. I played all.
Ooh, fake fan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go on.
That's it. I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, as I was saying, the all jokes aside. So here's why I fully defend like Sucker Punch. I believe in the term bigger does not always mean better. Sometimes less is more, and I think Sucker Punch is an example of quality over quantity. All 3 Sly Cooper games have been amazing. They've been an absolute stealth gameplay, great levels, great atmosphere. It's just they're perfect games. And then Infamous 1, 2, and 3. In my personal opinion, they're all good. Infamous 2 probably the weakest out of the trilogy, but in my opinion, they were decent games. Like, especially Infamous Second Son. Infamous Second Son on the PS4, one of my favorite games of all time. Ghost of Tsushima alone, like, I don't have to stress how great of a game Ghost of Tsushima was.
Oh man,
Mention the
good.
upcoming Japanese game, like the next Ghost game. And here's the great thing about Sucker Punch. All 3 trilogies, I'm pretty sure the Japanese trilogy, all 3 games have been great, they've been creative, and they've been diverse too. Sly Cooper and Infamous, like, you would not think they're made by the same company. Totally different companies. 2 totally different games and totally well executed, and Ghost of Tsushima, like, is another example of.
Here's my issue with all this. I think only out of all those games, only one is like a true seller, like home run out of this world game, and that is Ghost of Tsushima. Outside of that, they range from like pretty good to forgettable. Like, they don't really have like a bad game, but I feel like in terms of quantity, they really only have one like mega star. If that makes sense.
I love Tsushima that much.
And yeah, even then, like,
I think it's kind of a style over substance game a little bit in terms of gameplay versus how awesome it is to explore. Which
and then
I get why that would
pretty
appeal.
fun.
That's fair. But as someone who is systems driven and wants like a Neo, Ghost of Tsushima is very much does not deliver, like 80, 90, 120 hours, which is really long. It doesn't deliver like a gameplay experience that keeps up with how long you're playing it, unless you're really into the like exploring aspect.
Yeah, which personally I was.
Which, if you are, that's very
Yeah,
fair.
I
and
enjoyed the
most people
exploring,
find
honestly.
it peak. But for me, like, even that game isn't like, you know, masterpiece god tier. That's why I would say, you know, to remove them.
But Sucker
Yeah,
Punch
like, and trust me, Sly Cooper 2 is one of my favorite. That's easily my favorite of the whole series.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
That's honestly one of the coolest stealth games. Period. Like, it's
Honestly,
very
yeah.
underrated, but they just don't have enough. I don't think they're top 10 material. Maybe if you really hash it out, top 15, you could convince me. But top 10, my vote is for Dump It. Let's say everyone else.
I would say though, Sucker Punch, they've never made a bad game. They've never gone, and also reason why I really respect Sucker Punch is they haven't even modern games. They haven't the microtransaction or live service BS. They have a multiplayer mode, but it's not like live microtransaction. They haven't like done that. They're one of the few companies that has not like made like live service game kill single player games. They're one of the few still believe in good quality single player games, and that's why I really appreciate.
I'll just repeat myself again. Out of all those, like, none of them are like, not enough of them are like mind blowing, out of this world to justify the lack of at least the low quantity. Like, if they were all Ghost of Tsushima level, at least in my opinion, I would be batting for them easily. But I don't really feel that way. Infamous was something they kind of just gave up on. That could have been another flagship series. Really, same for Sly Cooper too. Like, they kind of like, they definitely give it the college try with the series, and if it isn't like taking off, they kind of just like, eh.
But you know,
I do think it's time for voting though. Like, we're kind of just repeating ourselves. So I say, you say keep, Aiden says delete, I say delete.
Delete.
That's 3 against 2. So unfortunately, Sucker Punch does not make it.
Sucker Punch.
Freaking Ricardo.
All right. Next on the docket that I heard is Valve, which is this one. This one's probably the most interesting of this.
I think
bunch,
this is the most interesting of the bunch.
because
Who wants to get rid of Valve? Let's start with that. Ronald, do you want to get rid of
I
Valve?
heard Ronald say it.
Yeah, I think we can get rid of Valve.
I won't lie. I'm not like I don't hate Valve. I'm just not the biggest like Valve head, but their output is so undeniable. Like, I'm having a hard time even voting.
To
Like,
be honest, they kind of This is the one where it's like they didn't have a lot of output, but the output they've had is so monumental.
this is what Sucker Punch needed to be kept.
Yeah,
Like, what little they did put out is genre defining.
So
Like, they've invented genres.
Half-Life basically invented the cinematic linear first-person shooter that people play now. They basically invented the campaign.
Half-Life 2 is arguably
Half-Life
like top
2
10 games.
Yeah, Half-Life 2 took it to the next level. It introduced physics in games that had never been seen. Shit that like people still are struggling to like consistently add into their game, right? On top of level design and stuff. Counter-Strike, they invented basically first-person tactical multiplayer shooter.
Oh shit! You said the magic word.
Team Fortress Classic, they like actually brought into them like official, which is like the first hero shooter. And then Team Fortress 2 like actually quantified that in one of the greatest multiplayer, if not maybe the greatest ever. And basically, again, kind of helped invent the entire genre.
Yeah.
Then you have Portal, one of the greatest puzzle games ever, in my opinion.
That's a good
Completely
point.
changed how people think about in-game puzzles and using space. Left 4 Dead, again,
Arguably invented the zombie shooter.
Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 both completely fucking changed how people thought about co-op games, how co-op games should work. Alien Swarm, little known like hidden banger that like kind of builds on some Left 4 Dead ideas. It's actually like a little free game that you can play. It's really fucking good. And then Portal 2, they like fucking took everything in Portal and dialed it to the next level. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is still one of the most played games ever. If you're into Counter-Strike, I'm not
like,
super into it, but I can't deny it.
I'm a source head.
Dota 2 as
Oh
well.
man.
I can't
Dota
deny
2
the power
yeah.
of Dota 2 either.
Dota
Even
2
if I don't like it.
unfortunately invented the worst game type ever,
Yeah.
but it did invent it, so it gets
But it
credit.
invented it. And Half-Life Alyx is still one of the only VR games worth playing. It's really hard to not look at that list and be like, wow, Valve, like, genuinely moved this industry forward many times with genuine new ideas that changed how people think about games. Even if I don't love all their games, I don't even play Counter-Strike, but I can't deny that Valve is like that influential and important.
I think Valve is honestly too important to not make top 10. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about Portal.
Will it make top 1? I don't know, but I think it's one of the ones that's insta-locked. And we're not even counting hardware, by the way, because I feel like that'd be a little too unfair.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't count.
I'm not counting hardware. I'm not counting mods.
Or just Steam, but
yeah, Impact alone, like this has the same. This is the sucker punch on the other end. Like, sure, quantity-wise, they don't have a lot, but quality.
We're talking like they help create genres that people play all the time now and don't even know.
They are
Can you
killers
imagine online
of video
gaming if TF2 did not exist? I can.
And everything that like people don't like about gaming today, they've kind of originated, but did it right.
Too.
Yeah, and they did it better, like the Battle Pass.
Yeah.
And no one except for arguably. It's just there's so many examples, so I'm gonna vote it stays.
I have to vote for stay.
And Ronald said
y'all
delete.
Well, y'all made a compelling point, so I'm gonna say it stays.
Alrighty, it stays. Yeah, that one. Oh, that's so interesting.
I know that one is the one that I was thinking of. Like, this is the only exception to me.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put your chagrin to the test. Platinum.
This one's tough.
This one is tough. Because this one almost had like the golden ticket in, but
well, let's look at their list. Let's look at their list of games because I think they did Mad World, banger. They did Bayonetta.
Mad World, Bayonetta's, Vanquish, Metal Gear Rising,
Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2, Transformers Devastation.
Okami.
No, that's Clover.
Platinum Games was made by Clover Studios, and I know the developers from Clover Studios also made Platinum Games.
Yeah, I wouldn't really count them.
Well, is that
I kinda
like a
wouldn't either.
precursor kind of situation?
And they also
Nier Automata.
And the Nier remake.
Yeah, and Bayo 3 and Bayo Origins.
And
those are
Babylon's
really
Fall.
And Babylon's Fall. Here's the
unfortunately.
thing. They also did Babylon's Fall, Legend of Korra, Star Fox Zero, TMNT Mutants in Manhattan, and they also did World of Demons, which is like fine. I think the whole they did heavily help with FF16, by the way, and Relink. But I think even though some of their games are goated, they can't be on this list.
Really?
Yeah, I think we're on the wave. I think their reputation precedes them almost a little too much.
I think
like obviously
the whole platinum sucks now thing is like way like if you actually look at their list, they made one bad game after Astral Chain, and everyone said platinum sucks. They made Babylon's Falls the only really bad game on there between between Astral Chain and Bayo 3.
And if you're with Reddit contrarians, they'll also say the same about Nier Automata, like homogenized games.
I don't love Nier Automata. I don't love it. I have a Reddit contrarian now.
We don't have to do this now.
Is that more so because 2B's in every single thing ever, or?
I think it's more that Nier Automata's not that good as a Platinum Games game, and everyone only gives they only know Platinum from that one thing.
Yeah, I can see that. That has like that.
The one time they made like a really dumbed down combat system is the one time everyone jerks off Platinum. Are you fucking kidding? You know what I mean? It's more of that.
That's a Persona thing too.
Yeah, and then 2B never goes away because of, and then it's annoying.
I think I have to agree. I think Platinum just.
See, now
it's kind of weird because
if Platinum is going, I think Atlas has to be next.
Well, let's determine this first before anything. Chain 1, Chain 2. I'm gonna say Platinum. It's weird because its legacy is strong, but in a way, it's not strong enough.
Honestly,
that
makes sense.
They're niche. I mean, that's They're some of my favorite games, but even I have to admit, I don't think they make top 10 ever. They make my top 10 maybe, but not top 10 ever.
Yeah, this is to you what Grasshopper is is basically.
Exactly.
Like I get
Literally, yep, exactly.
It's so we're saying
It's even the
it's
same.
gotta go.
I want lower budget games, so they don't buy it. And then it's literally the same. So I gotta put him out the pasture.
All right, Ronald,
Keep it.
David. Oh, 2B. He's ride or dying.
Oh,
He's ride or dying.
Girl.
I already knew we were gonna get into like hipster. This new generation. They don't know. Like I knew that was gonna come up with Platinum and with Atlas. But like the conversation.
Don't get me into it yet. But yes.
Listen, no action game should have hit stun change based on your level, okay? That's ass. I'm sorry, it's ass.
See, this is what I mean. But
Like,
with everything that's on here, I can see it going.
But combos are cooler. They gotta go.
Alright, keep or delete?
Delete.
Alright, that seals it.
My Platinum. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Platinum.
I had to put
I hope it holds hands with Grasshopper and they go to the big arcade in the
They're
sky.
both similar. They're both similar, dude.
They're very similar. My goats. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. We need 4 more. Let's see.
Alright.
We killed Fatless already.
6, 7, 8, 9.
All right.
Wait,
Atlas
kill
is
what?
on the dock.
Ricardo's about to pop in here.
Listen, Atlas.
Well, he better hurry up.
You guys just like the dialogue and the characters. Nobody
Hold on.
likes the gameplay.
No. I will say, I'm one of the only people in this group chat that has played Persona 1 and 2. I played SMT proper, including
Chad,
the first
get him a
2,
cookie.
which are rough as fuck. So
Very rough.
I'm not a Persona baby. I want it on the record. I'm not to be treated as a Persona baby. That's for Ronald. Continue.
I really don't
Can I
care.
say if
I
I
tried
played
1 and
SMT
2, and I said never again. So yeah, I don't care.
Persona, can I also not be a Persona baby?
Yes. Welcome to the club. The strongest club ever.
I actually like SMT a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, chat. Can y'all
I
put the
love
Build-A-Bear
SMT.
emotes in chat real quick, please? We got.
Hell yeah.
Listen.
We got custom combos?
Atlas is the king of making gameplay where you
Sure,
want
I'll
to turn
build
on
it there for
easy
you.
so you can just get to the end.
I would say
literally
this
they're
is.
masters of that.
I will say this is more of a post-Sega problem.
No, that's true.
This is a. Because I'm not
Let's
totally
be honest,
against.
that's why they're on here.
Yes. Well, I love the SMT spin-offs. And I can't count them, but Atlas also has a good publishing record, surprisingly enough.
No,
It
they
doesn't
have.
count. It doesn't count. But
They gotta go.
just want to throw it out.
Genuinely, who is playing Persona 5 and is like, I can't wait to go to Mementos. I love the gameplay. I
love
game.
Persona 5. What do you-
You like hitting lightning when it says the monster's weak to lightning, so you can get another turn, so you can do another lightning move.
This is
Yeah.
giving me harkens to Rockstar with my
Exactly,
argument. And
very similar.
At least post Sega, this is almost
They
like
make one
we're gonna be Persona 4.
with one
And
gameplay, and it's mind.
I will say this because I want people to know, because people keep forgetting. They act like I don't say this. Persona 4 Golden is my least favorite video game of all.
yeah, that has
It
been
is my
brought up on
least favorite
record.
video game. I hate that game with a passion.
And Persona 4 and 5 and 3 are great games. I just don't think like top 10 game.
Just not Golden.
They're not that.
So
good.
it's so funny. I want to protect it because I like all the weird. This is another Grasshopper problem. Like I want to protect like Strange Journey and SMT4 and Rido,
I know.
but it's got to go with Grasshopper.
If Platinum goes, Atlas is going with it.
All right, Atlas Defense Force, Persona babies unite, go! This is your shot.
Well, this is the argument that's presented. Honestly, if you get rid of Atlas, you kind of have to get rid of Platinum, so it makes sense.
So okay, so we have 1, 2 votes. Ronald, is that a vote for yes, keep or
My
delete?
vote is keep. If it loses, then
Oh, okay.
Okay. Persona
So-
did invent jazz. That does help.
that is pretty important.
And pyramid. They did invent pyramid too.
All right, so we have two.
Invented
We have two. We have 2 delete, 1 keep. MM.
Yep. Platinum got deleted.
Yeah.
It did get deleted. Platinum was deleted. Ronald, delete
Let's see,
Platinum.
Oh,
I'm gonna vote. Can I vote? I'm gonna vote to
Yes.
delete.
all right.
That's
well, there you
three,
go.
baby.
Delete it, right?
Later, Fatless. Persona babies crying. They don't even play the games.
This is really good.
Ricardo is about to find you guys' location right now.
Good. I'll send him. I'll send him my address. I don't give a fuck.
They
We can have-
play
we can have lunch.
on DMD or something.
Yeah, we could have lunch tomorrow for all he cares. I'll still tell him. Fuck Golden. I fucking hate that game. I can't wait to not play the remake. I feel so happy, genuinely.
You're set free.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
saw
so free.
the-
I get to miss out on an Atlas cycle and not give a fuck. Woo! All I'm gonna do is play Rido, baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
fuck
next?
Golden. I just wanted to. I want to make that so clear.
Oh, 13 more games left. Just letting you guys know.
We need 3 more.
Yes.
This is tough. I want to give EA the second go around.
I think EA.
I think it had the perfect round 1 calling defense.
Yeah.
But when it
This is
comes,
round 2.
no, this is now where we have to like compare it to the rest. And outside of like, at least personally, Battlefront and like Need for Speed.
Battlefield.
No, sorry.
If I like sports games a lot, I would probably defend them more here. But
Yeah, and the ones I like too aren't even EA,
like,
so I'm just
listen, would I take out EA before Young Horse? No. Would I take out EA now? Yeah, I'd probably take EA out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
it's gotta go. Any defenders?
Nope, I ain't defending it.
Alrighty, EA, you had a surprisingly good run, but bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bye-bye.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need 2 more. Koei Tecmo.
Ubisoft?
Is it
Oh,
pass?
Koei Tecmo.
Does it pass?
Yeah, this is tough. I don't want to vote because if you honestly, I think I like Koei more than Square Enix.
My only problem with Koei
I'm
Tecmo,
unhinged.
it's the variety that kind of gets it to it, because the top 10, in my opinion, all have a wide variety, like
I
an
think they got it.
insane amount of variety, and that's really the only thing keeping it down.
I don't know if I would. Okay, hold on. There's 2 left, right? That we need to get rid of.
Yes.
And we got rid of EA.
Yes. Let me double check. I just want to make sure.
I don't know if Game Freak and RGG get in ahead of Koei.
Game Freak, I'm more willing to defend it. RGG, I'm not diving in front of the
I
bullet
love
for-
Yakuza games.
I do too.
I don't think that they make top 10.
And the thing
I
is,
think
like,
they're reverse though of like Ubisoft and EA. They started rough, and they have consistently improved and made really good.
yeah, they're gonna be in the history books.
They're moving towards that. I don't know if they're there yet, but anyway, back to Koei.
But
That's the only
Koei,
reason I'm not sure if Koei's out yet. Is I don't know if I put them under Game Freak or under RGG.
but it doesn't have to be Koei at the moment. We could just go through those 3 and see which one makes it. I'll say this: I think RGG
I think RGG
takes the
should go
bullet.
out.
I think it goes. I really only think the
Yeah.
Yakuza diehards like
Like
really.
Monolith is out, yeah, if Monolith is out, RGG should be out. I mean, that's
I'm fine with deleting it.
yeah. I think they gotta go.
All right, RGG. Sorry, Kiryu fans. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's between Koei Tecmo and Game
Ubisoft?
Freak.
Let me look at Koei.
Or actually, no, you're right. What the fuck, Ubisoft? Okay, that's the last.
I don't know.
That's
You guys
that's
underestimated
that's the last 3, and only 2 survive. Ubisoft, Game Freak, Koei Tecmo. That's my vote to make the final 3 to inch in.
No, I think that's
Top
fair.
10.
That's fair. I think Koei might have to go.
But
So,
Ubisoft
I love-
is
I-
right there.
RGG and Koei?
Listen, I really like Dead or Alive. I love Ninja. Listen,
I don't know if
Ninja
I
Gaiden,
love Dead or Alive. I do like Ninja
I like
Gaiden.
it. I don't love it. Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 on the NES, and 1, 2, and Razor's Edge on like mod.
You know what? I'm gonna
Dynasty
say Ubisoft because Dynasty Warriors alone. Not, yeah, people love to make fun of it, but like Dynasty Warriors Gundam alone, 1 through 3,
Oh, I have that.
Kino, and like
I have the Dynasty
every Warriors game, yeah, they're not all the best, but if it's a different series, like they always have their own unique flavor, and we have Koei to thank for that.
It's tough.
I think Koei makes it over Ubisoft, honestly.
Oh.
Because unlike Ubisoft, Koei is getting better.
I think,
if not staying
the
better.
big thing is Koei is actually getting bigger and they're getting better.
They're getting better.
I think
Dynasty
Ubisoft
Warriors
is getting
Origins,
worse.
Insano.
Rise of the Ronin, excellent.
Very good.
The thing is, though, Koei really kind of sucks at making games on a technical level.
That's
Their
true.
games run like shit. They're buggy.
I do think this is the one. I want games to be cheaper and run shitty, and I'm not kidding. Super.
No, I
think
agree.
it's the
I
one.
want
I think it's the one.
Paradise.
I think it's the one that makes it.
Paradise, Final Fantasy.
I did too.
Origins on two
I did too.
storefronts. My money's
I
where
didn't-
my mouth is.
I think it's that meme that actually makes it this time. I think this is the one that actually survives. Ubisoft, just with its report card currently, it's getting the belt. I'm sorry.
I think you're right.
It's getting the belt.
Ubisoft's history is so good, but
It's
they're
so good.
bad right now,
Yes.
and have been the last few years. I
Yes.
can't.
So this is where the blemishes are starting to matter more, basically.
I think so.
And that's where we're also comparing it to the its potential cohorts. Because you
Yeah, I
think
mean,
this is hard. Top 10 right now is about to rocket.
Wait,
and
RGG Studio. Wait, did we take out
They're
RGG
gone.
Studio?
Yeah, we did. They're gone. They're gone.
Oh, I don't see it erased, B-boy.
Huh?
Ronald, take it
Oh.
off, please.
Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing.
All right.
Be 10, right?
Did we
Yes,
take off
it'll be
Ubisoft?
10.
Yeah,
No,
take off
not yet.
Ubisoft,
Take off
I think.
Ubisoft. Now it's 10.
Is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Ooh.
6, 7,
All right,
8,
chat.
9, 10.
So now we have
Thank
wait,
you for sticking around.
5,
Now we
Yeah,
have in
yeah,
no
10.
order.
9, 10. Yep,
Pretty much
that's
there's. All right.
Well, now
Let's
it's
start
time
with
to make
number
the order.
10.
Yeah. Oh,
take off-
Gamerkazi puts it best. Ubisoft has a lot of trash, but they also made genre-defining games that created games now.
The only problem
I
is
think they
those
deserve
same
to be kicked
games.
out.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
the
and
Street
those
Fighter
games are-
1 is
yeah.
good equivalent.
No, it's more like, hey, we did Mario 64 type thing. Like, they really did a good job. They should be gone. I just thought it was an interesting,
Yeah.
you know, they suck now, but don't underestimate how much they influenced the stuff you play now.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes to knock on Ubisoft, fair enough, but they have genuine.
I think the biggest lesson from this whole exercise has been even the shittiest companies you like to shit on, even they have their
They have
merits.
some bangers, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, number 10. What are we picking, boys?
I would say.
This is tough.
I
I'm gonna say
think
Koei.
Koei.
I'm gonna say
I
Koei
Koei
Tecmo.
at 10.
I think Koei Tecmo
Scraped in.
barely makes it, and I think that's an honor. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of.
Listen, Ninja Gaiden 3 Vanilla almost kicks them out of the list. They were lucky to be on this list. They can go to number 10. And I was the biggest Koei shill, and I say they're at the very bottom of this list.
I say Koei Tecmo. Does anyone say
makes
anything
sense.
otherwise? I think Koei is a
Nah,
good
I
top
think
10.
This is good.
Because this is of all time, current, past, hell, even future if it's applicable. I think Koei Tecmo is comfortably top 10.
Yeah.
Everyone, they also have one of those game types where everyone has a favorite Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, there's a good chance you like a Koei game a lot. They have a lot
Yeah.
of variety. But they have some slop. They have some
They do.
slop. But nothing Ubisoft bad.
I would say
I
they
think
win
that's
the.
what saves it.
Yeah, they get the I
There's no
Want Cheaper
AC
Games
Valhalla.
award, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, you do get the I want cheaper game awards, and I want uglier, cheaper games awards.
Games, and I'm not kidding award. Because even no matter what game you're picking, you're probably having fun.
Yeah. All right, number 9.
Whew. Ah.
You know,
Fuck me.
I
Yeah.
want to say Namco. I don't feel that strongly about Namco.
I don't know. I there's a world I'm hoping and praying and coping for it gets top 5 for Namco.
Now, FromSoft worked with Namco, but they don't count. They're on the list as well.
I'm just talking about Namco proper, so like Tekken, Soul Calibur,
Tekken and Soul Calibur are
Xenosaga. It's so weird that they have Namco is the value. They have some unfiltered
Noah.
Time Crisis,
Oh,
Mappy,
What if
So-
number 9 was Square Enix?
Silent Hill 2. Fuck me. I'm sorry. It goes high. I'm gonna vote it goes higher, at least higher than bottom 5. That's just me
I
though.
have a question.
Metal
What
Gear
if Square
Solid
Enix
2,
put-
Metal Gear Solid 3, Silent Hill 2
That's
alone.
Konami.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking
Remember
retarded.
Namco.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are.
I meant to
It's
say.
okay, though.
I meant to say. Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3, for me at least. It's
Can I
a
say
shame that we're not
Noah-
getting the HD remaster because fuck them. Klonoa what?
No, Klonoa. That's why Namco's up there. It should definitely be up there. Klonoa and personally, Tower of Jiraga, one of Namco's older classic arcade games, definitely has a special place in my heart. So it should
Yeah,
definitely
Namco's
be
like
higher.
secretly an arcade powerhouse.
Also, and
Yeah,
they
I think
got-
Dig Dug
also-
might be one of the best arcade games ever.
Dig
Xevious,
Dug.
Galaga,
I have a question.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
Pac-Man.
Oh my
Miss
god.
Pac-Man. Yep.
I have a question. What if
Go, go.
Square Enix went to number 9? What if we put
No.
Square Enix?
No.
No, they're too.
There's your
They're
answer.
definitely
There's my
higher
vote.
than number
There you
9.
go.
There's my vote. I'm sorry.
There can
I
only be
think
one number.
Namco's
There can
number
only be one number 1. They're all.
Yeah,
We gotta figure this out.
Namco could probably go to number 9.
I think
All right,
it's
even harder.
that's
Do we
fair.
agree?
Konami could go to 9. It could
No,
be either.
no, 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 no. Konami, no, no. I'm not voting for that.
Well, Konami,
we can put
Konami
Namco at
was
9.
close earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had to
feel that
fight tooth and
strongly
nail.
about Namco.
Namco, I
think that's
respect. I think Namco 9 is.
I think the arcade
Totally
legacy
okay.
alone puts them at 9. Yeah. Because like
Yeah.
those are arcade games.
None
I'll
of,
go back
by the
to
way,
now.
none of these are chumps. These are top 10.
Yeah, this is
our,
the
yeah,
cream
these
of the
are the
crop that
best.
we've concluded on.
This is genre defining.
Well, finality. That's what it's like losing. No, nothing to be embarrassed about.
Okay.
8. Game Freak can go an 8, man.
Eight?
I almost think Game Freak goes below Namco. Actually,
I'm just thinking. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm thinking. And by the way, in all of this, I'm only counting like impacts, reception. I'm not necessarily counting sales, or else, well,
No,
Game
no,
Freak
no.
would be Gorillion,
Number
maybe
one.
-1.
Actually, not even one. Number top 3. Easy.
I'm waiting for the
Probably
ads
top-
to go through so I can see the list again.
Okay, yeah.
Which I
Thank
thought
y'all
it was
for watching.
timed.
stream.
Yeah. What else is there? That clearly isn't like no one's gonna say Nintendo for number 8. 'cause-
No,
absolutely
you'd have to be
not.
on Come on.
What?
no,
You have to be
no.
on-
You'd have to be
on
unhinged to say that.
cigarettes. You have to be on cigarettes.
Number 8. Can you put Namco at number 9, Ronald?
Yeah, put Namco number 9.
Just for now, at least.
Number 8. I really wish I
think
could see
Game
the
Freak.
list.
I think Game Freak goes to 8.
Game
Remind me what else
Freak
is there,
versus-
real quick.
I think their modern output is spotty enough to be number 8.
That's true. But man.
It's really hard to not.
And here's the thing, though. I do want to keep it fair. They still have an overwhelming amount of way better games. Like the
true.
games that are good outweigh the bad games, and there are bad games,
Well,
but
and to be fair, I've heard from like my friends really hardcore into Pokemon, like perfect IV EV training. He said
Yes.
that Violet's
Yes.
actually really fun.
it's definitely gotten a lot better.
It's a technical
It's-
mess, but like if
Yes.
you're into Pokemon, that game is really fun, especially
The-
multi,
The
like
gameplay
competitive.
loop.
Yeah.
So
The gameplay loop when it comes to Pokemon, while you got people complain about the graphics, but the gameplay loop.
Terran types definitely were very cool. It was competitive
but
players.
Game Freak goes 8 for not giving me more Megas.
Well, they're about to. Give him a second. Give him a second.
Put him at 8.
Mind you, ZA is coming out in October. Just like
I'm convinced. I just want. With all these, I want to be thorough. So
I think
Don't
we
expect
can
me to be
rearrange
a-
them as we go too.
yeah,
I
I think 8 is fine. I think this bottom 3 is. I say bottom 3, but it's still like top 10.
it's stacked.
Yeah. So I think it's fair enough.
At least for now.
As much as I would put Game Freak as like probably top 5 in my favorites. Yeah, I think 8 is fair.
Because Game Freak is that one group that like they only have one series. I know, but it's Pokemon, in case you didn't
Pokemon.
realize that.
They also have
Just making sure you know this.
Right. I would say probably one other thing that I could defend Game Freak, not perfectly, but what I could give them is that they allow their some of their developers to make their own games and stuff, and they like their smaller games and stuff, like Giga Record, for example, and stuff. So, or
and they've got a surprising amount of variety. Like just in Pokemon alone, like you've got a card game, you've got a pinball game, you've got a camera game that fucking rocks cock. You've got a lot of cool variety.
Dungeons.
Mystery dungeons.
Are you gonna put them ahead of?
But no, I won't. I'm just saying, to give them their flowers.
I think they go to 8.
I think 8 as well. Number 7.
That would probably be Cap. No, I wouldn't say Cap.
No, shut your mouth. No.
I almost might be Sega, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly,
No.
I've been kind of looking, and
I think 7.
I don't know.
Sega is the potential man, but that delivers. Once you really look back at their
Take
output,
RGG
it's
out of
kind
Sega.
of it's even their arcade division alone, like they're kind of the reason why the arcade is the arcade.
No, that's
actually,
true. That's
in
true.
that case,
They
how
are
high were we trying to put
insane.
FromSoft?
You know, I don't.
They
think
might be.
I would put Konami under Sega.
Konami under Sega?
I'm sorry.
I will
Konami-
say this: I think Konami and Sega make it to top 5 land, in my opinion.
Over who?
Okay. FromSoft?
FromSoft.
FromSoft?
Yeah, I was wondering how high do y'all want FromSoft then?
Actually, let me ask this: how many as an Armored Core head, how many Souls fans do we have in here? Like Souls, like
Lost
diehard
Raven
fans.
Gang.
I can't really say I'm
Armored Core
Souls
for answer,
diehard.
boys.
For answer,
Nexus.
it's
Armored
got
Core
a great
3.
output, and obviously, out of all these, FromSoft gets the biggest boost from like its recent output. Like, it
Here's
could
the thing about-
it could have got through it alone just with recent output.
I could accept
But
FromSoft at 7.
I'm also. This is also, again, if you wanted it higher, you should have been here. I love Armored Core, but I'm kind of just like ambivalent towards Souls. Like, they're great. Don't get me wrong. They're awesome games. They're fun.
Souls game, like Souls 1, amazing. Bloodborne, amazing. 3 is really good. But they have done irreparable damage to the industry, bro. FromSoft has fucking...
Did they or did their fans?
No, FromSoft and their fans have done massive damage to action games, bro. Every fucking game has some stupid stamina meter that shouldn't be there, or no fucking cancel frames, and you have to deflect and dodge like 15 times before you can attack. Like, FromSoft genuinely, I think, they've kind of lost the plot. I'll be honest, Elden Ring was a big downgrade.
I
in
think
terms of gameplay.
they gave us one of the best sorries with Sekiro.
Sekiro's peak.
Sekiro's peak. I
It
love
is Simon
Sekiro clones.
Says.
People make more Sekiro clones, please. I will play them. Shout outs
Sekiro
to
is like
Jedi
Dance
Fallen Order.
Dance Revolution,
Yeah.
but it's really good. I think FromSoft slaps. I think 7's good for them. People just took the wrong
I think so.
lessons. They took the wrong lessons.
And at some point, the FromSoft fans were never going to be happy until we put it at 1. And personally, that wasn't my plan.
No,
I was just more so kind of see what everyone's doing. Yeah, because I want them to go more back to like their goofy side, like with like.
They need to leave behind the roll slop. Okay. Less roll slop, more exploring, like more. Matthew Mitosis has a really good video on this. I should post it. But he talks about how I don't think Elden Ring's bad.
I don't either.
But I think there's a lot of issues that
this is
people are
also
starting
kind
to
of
notice.
Based on our current taste in this chat right now. So
Yeah,
again,
very
if you wanted it higher, you should have been in here.
Yeah.
I'm good with it at 7. I just want to make sure people
I think
realize
7's
that like
good.
it's not a chump game. If all they did was Armored Core, it might have made like top 3 in my votes. But that's not the case.
I think I don't know,
so
man. I think
that's 7.
I think
E-boy.
Bloodborne really puts in a lot of work for them too. That game
Bloodborne
is
also is insane. I really hate Sony for what they've
too bad Dark
basically
Souls
done to
2
it.
is dog shit.
Oh man, you're getting the comments. The Dark Souls defense forces here.
Dark Souls
like-
2 sucks. Dark Souls 2 sucks.
They're like,
Dang,
it's
bro.
the best post game, which they're not wrong, but the problem is it's a post game.
Game Freak at 8, FromSoft at 7.
I think so. Any naysayers?
I'm almost tempted to. flip
Honestly,
that,
no.
actually.
This. Wait, flip it.
I think that's fine.
Thank you for chilling, David.
I think it's fine.
Thank you for your
Yeah,
input.
Peace out. Good shit.
Okay, 6. 6 is tough.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace out, bro.
Bye.
Right. Night.
Square
Personally,
Enix.
I'd probably put Konami in 6.
Oh.
That's just me.
Honestly, I would say Square.
Yeah, I was thinking Square.
I'm thinking Square, and that one hurts me, but I'm just that diehard for Konami. MGS2 is my favorite game of all time, so clearly I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
bat for it as much as I
don't-
can.
I don't feel. I'm not super in love with Metal Gear.
I very much am, so if you're questioning my opposition, that's why.
I'm not a huge JRPG fiend either. I do think Square makes the ones JRPGs I've played, Square tends to make ones I like vibe with the most. World Ends With You alone is
Very
like
cool.
insane god
Though
game.
I really wish it wasn't a DS game, because the
Well,
world
Neo
itself
is
is
god.
very... Yeah, Neo, it's a fucking shame what Square did to that game, by the way. Side note, there's the lack of marketing for anything not Final Fantasy. Atrocious.
Star Ocean, Dragon Quest,
Yes.
Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts,
yes, Dragon Quest. Yes.
Kingdom Hearts.
And trust me, this is not easy for me to say, or at least to even suggest the idea of Konami
To
over...
be honest, I honestly don't feel that strongly about this.
I will say, I think Konami just barely squeaks out the variety over over Square, because again, the arcade really pushes it.
No,
You've got B-Money, so pretty much all the best rhythm games. You've got Time Crisis.
Time best
got
game.
You've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Unironically. Not even counting the card game. I'm just counting the video games.
Oh, Star.
But Square, I think also. I would also say Square just recently kind of has been a little tepid. Also, mainly their own fault. Honestly, like Square could be above and beyond if they just didn't misstep as much. There's my vote. That's me diving in front of the bullet for Konami for my beloved MGS.
You know what? I will take that only because Castlevania 1, 3, and 4 are really that good.
Yes.
Honestly, peak.
Yes. Someone sees it. I'm saying Square for 6.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
And I fucking love FF4. That's my favorite Final Fantasy game. And I will stick my neck out for it, but for number 5, it's Konami, baby!
Yeah, it's gotta be.
There's my vote. There's where my Koji...
Yeah, it's gotta be Konami. It has to be.
I just think it's Well, actually, let me pose a question real quick. Konami or Valve for 5?
Konami.
dang, he said that with the swiftness.
Konami. Yeah, not even.
My only argument, or my only substantial Koji knob slobbing aside, mainly variety and quantity.
It's true that they have both.
Not saying Valve is a chump,
No.
but I do think Konami, like,
That's true. However,
yeah.
Konami has a lot more slop than Valve.
that's bound to happen because I
think
mean
they
Valve
have
has
they have
5 games,
less, like,
5 series.
genre
Yeah.
defining stuff than Valve.
Well,
They
okay.
have Metal Gear.
They got Metal Gear.
True.
They've got Castlevania. I mean, what's a
Castlevania,
Metroidvania?
though- No, well, Castlevania did not invent Metroidvania. They ripped off Super Metroid. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't give them that for that. Castlevania, there were like side-scrolling action games kind of like that. I just like I think Metal Gear really is the big thing that they like created this sort of cinematic action game.
And
That's
I
very
will throw it out too. Yu-Gi-Oh, like unironically,
No,
No, they
Yu-Gi-Oh is
didn't-
huge.
Yu-Gi-Oh is very huge. I mean, that's how we got like the modern
I thought Yu-Gi-Oh
video
was
game
a-
card game.
Yes, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's big.
That's a huge one.
I think Valve, in terms of best game, like top 10 game.
Well, that and my final bullet potential, B-Money. I think B-Money goes ridiculously hard for them. So you got your Dance Dance Revolution, you've got the keyboard game, you've got Guitadora, which leads to Guitar Hero. Like that division alone is insane, and that's a part of the reason. That's like the one thing Sega's missing in terms of like its arcade like heritage. That's the only thing Sega's missing.
I just think
And that's what Konami has in spades.
I mean, none of those are Counter-Strike or Half-Life. None of those are Left 4 Dead. You know,
But they're more than them. I feel like it almost
They are, but I don't think any of those are nearly
by
as
itself,
influential.
not counting mods for either side or anything like that. I would say the quantity almost like it keeps it at par, if anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that could be fair. I mean, Konami has made a lot of games.
Somebody Goemon especially. So.
That's a fun game.
I would put.
I got the N64 version just now, so I don't know. I think if I count like
I said before, they're the shadow to Sega. Like they rule in variety, but they're a little more against the grain.
I'm not muted, by the way.
But I said my piece. This one we're gonna have to vote for. I'm saying Valve at 5. What do you guys say?
Valve at 5.
Konami 5.
Thank you.
Oh,
Konami
Ronald?
at 5? Oh,
what at 5?
Oh, sorry, Ichabod's being a menace.
hey, goodbye.
He's trying to trip my wife. What is this cat doing? Actually, dang. Frick. Dang it, now it's kind of hard, actually.
Exactly, it is hard.
Well, I mean, this top 10 these are the top 10. So.
Actually, I think I'm gonna put Konami at 5.
So we're tied up.
tied.
Let's put it. Let's put a. Either the chat answer
said,
or we put a pin in it. One or the other.
Well, I mean, is anything else going below it, to be honest?
No, I was saying we would deal with the potential clear top 3.
Wait, why not
I think the top 3 is pretty straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward. I'm just wondering how we're gonna.
The third one is harder. The top 2, I think, is like.
I think we'll get to that.
Yeah, Gamer Kazi said Valve is 3 or 4. So it sounded like we should put Konami below.
All right,
we'll go with it.
Yeah.
That one's
Konami.
very hard to pick.
Yeah, that's honestly it's really hard.
That might have honestly been the hardest.
When we get this far in, I feel like some of these feel a little arbitrary, honestly.
Kind of.
I just want to be as thorough as possible.
This is like comparing A and A minus tier.
Konami and Valve have both made such god tier.
Hey, I defended Konami twice.
You did.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
They both make games that are so good but so different. Comparing them is just almost impossible. I mean, it's picking which one is better. You know, it's really more.
Yeah.
It feels a little arbitrary because they're so similar in some qualities.
It also goes to show like how impactful Valve was. Like all of Konami's history, and it's like barely on par with Valve in terms of like.
I mean, they did all that, and then
contributions.
Valve released Portal, and it's like literally changed so. I remember playing it when it came out, and it is like impossible to believe. You know, at first. That doesn't sound dumb now, but playing it then, it was insane.
Also, Valve is the only American company that's made it to this top 10.
I gotta be honest, we have a skill issue,
agenda.
guys. We need to step up.
That's funny, because it's kind of funny. Okay, hold on. It's kind of funny and ironic because, we talk. I remember Keiji Inafune said like the American game companies were always ahead of like the Japanese developers.
Money-wise, yes. Money-wise, he's absolutely correct, but that doesn't make up a good game. The only other company American that could have made it was Ubisoft. I just could not forgive I couldn't forgive Current Day.
They're European.
X-Defiant.
No,
they are European. You're right.
I thought they were Canadian.
No, that was the only non-Japanese thing. That was the only non-Japanese company.
Not American either, so.
Yeah.
Rare is American. No, they're
EA.
British. I lied.
If we had a different, I was saying if EA had to meet so many specific conditions to maybe make bottom 5.
I think if we were sports games fans, it would be very different.
Yeah, or at least like sports proper, because like the EA big games like NFL Street and SSX were definitely that's what saved it the first time. Because
well, that like Nightfire and there's a lot of good ass games there, you know. Let's do number 4.
I'm gonna assume Valve 4.
It could be Valve or Sega. I think it goes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, honestly, maybe we could put Sega at 4.
Here's the thing: you think Konami has variety? Sega has variety. It is actually insane.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna include the there. Cause I would say Sega is actually in terms of hardware contributions, but we won't count those.
Yeah, I didn't hear part of
Sega invented basically online play. Essentially, was the first to do it, which is kind of crazy. Was also the first to do crossplay. The Saturn is unfortunately heavily underrated, but that's also because Sega is dumb.
Yeah, that's one of Sega's many blunders.
Sega has got Yakuza. Although, do we want to count that towards this argument, or do we want to keep that?
I think Sega clears.
Fantasy Star.
Fantasy Star itself, by itself, is kind of fucking insane if you think about it.
Afterburner,
Minor Force, or the Shining series. Like, Golden Sun wouldn't be on the Nintendo console.
Just look up Sega developed arcade cabinets, and it gets even crazier.
Whoa!
Lost World Jurassic Park, the shooter, is ironically a top 10 arcade game. That's fucking crazy. That game is Kino unfiltered.
Yeah, I agree.
Even I'm trying to argue. I'm trying to make sure we get the even with or without RTG. Virtua Fighter basically invented 3D fighters because Harada himself said Tekken 1 copies, bad copies, I should say, of Virtua Fighter 2.
I don't think we should look at Sega, honestly, not count Sonic. I'm sorry, I know they were on the list on their own, but like, it's just
you have to include everything Sonic and Sega. That's kind of mandatory.
That is their bread and butter.
I think Sega clears Valve. I'll be honest.
I think so too. This one, like, they have even more variety, and I think their arcade lineage.
I think Konami and Valve was a coin flip, and this is close, but I think Sega.
I think Sega was.
RGG too. I think Sega clears.
This is a 6 matchup, but the 6 is determined off an upset each time.
Yeah, I was thinking like how defining Valve is, but
Valve doesn't get hard bodied, but I think just Sega was just too ahead of the curve.
Yeah. No, actually, I think you're right. I think Sega's 3 and Valve's 4.
Nice.
Alright, put Valve 4.
Alright, now the big
top 3. I think we all saw this coming, more or less. Is there any votes other than Sega?
Yeah, Sega's third.
I think so too.
I think this is gonna be the easiest top 3.
Actually, yeah. Is there really much to debate here, honestly?
I genuinely, it's pretty clear it goes Sega, Capcom, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Honestly, I was gonna reverse that. I was gonna say Sega, Nintendo, Capcom.
Wait,
really?
Really?
That's my own personal list. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
let's go in order. Sega third, correct?
Yeah, Sega definitely third.
I think top 3. I think like the top 3 is the holy trinity. If anything, Sega is like the arcade. On top of like what it brought to console gaming, because again.
Well, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I would put Sega. In my opinion, I would put Sega number 2.
Oh.
And then I would put Sega number 2, if only because of the arcade, Sonic.
What would be number 3?
Capcom's too good. Capcom's too good.
Capcom,
Street Fighter,
Capcom and Nintendo themselves have just invented so much, and all these top 3 have varieties.
Yeah, I
harp on it too hard.
Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry.
Okay,
now this comes to cream of the crop, and unfortunately, I think Sega has a tiny bit too many duds.
Yeah,
or just dead series.
If we're talking about like failures as well, then yeah, Sega.
We have to get to the nitty-gritty, and that's why I can't put Sega any higher. But I think I just want to put out that Sega's a lot crazier.
Alright,
for me, I love both these. I love both these so much. I'm only putting Capcom above Nintendo because I asked myself for the rest of my life, no matter what I did, like what company would I pick and be happy with. It came down to these two. I would say Capcom. I think Capcom's variety is just so unique, and there's something I keep returning to. Even though Nintendo's like my foundation. Nintendo is fucking a monster. Nintendo is the only that could fail like 5 constant generations and be okay.
I think honestly, Nintendo is also incredibly consistent.
Yes, that is
Whereas
true.
every Capcom had their dud era where they released a lot.
Oh,
of
absolutely.
trash. Nintendo,
Absolutely.
they have released some middling games. Nintendo has not had a full-on dud era though. Even the Wii U, which was a kind of middling console, the games were excellent.
Mm.
And I think that is a big part for me.
Yeah, I think
Capcom has this big black spot of, ooh, that was bad. And Nintendo doesn't really have that in terms of game quality.
Yeah, my thing with Capcom is just I just can't not love their tenacity. Like they're the ones making the haymakers. They're the ones throwing those out.
They are.
When they land, it's transcendent. But obviously,
they made 2 goated games out of the same game.
Mega Man X.
They also invented one of like the most genres, fighting games. Like there were no fighting games until Street Fighter 2. Like
massively influenced.
Really?
It basically helped create fighting games. They codified rival horror. They created character action. If you
The guys who made Street Fighter went on to create Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury. So yeah,
what's funny is that like I feel like Nintendo and Capcom kind of like fit each other like puzzle pieces. They fill in the spots they don't do. Like because Capcom doesn't really have platformers, or not even good ones.
No, they don't really. And my thing is, Nintendo,
and they don't have any racing games.
Capcom invented a lot of that. Nintendo basically created the 3D control scheme. It's hard.
The 3D control scheme.
It's hard to overlook.
Basically, the 2D.
Targeting.
The 2D control scheme, really, because I mean,
yeah.
What was anything before?
Like,
really?
He's like, man, I wish we patented jumping or something.
I wish we had jumping.
Nintendo brought
Yeah, he said he saw it because
West.
they jumping like it works in Mario hadn't really been done, and they saw other people copy them. He was like, "Fuck, people are copying us!" Like,
brother, imagine patenting jumping. Oh my god,
I know,
you would be beyond the richest
Really
person in the world.
Thankfully, they didn't do that. I think Nintendo's #1. If I think about like top 10 games.
Yeah, I'm giving myself the litmus test.
Brought at least
Metroid
at least in America.
Metroid in general, Zelda, Mario, 2D and 3D Mario
spin-offs alone, like, yeah.
Also, I will say my list of top
at least
10
America
games was basically just Nintendo and Capcom and Platinum. That was like all of my top 10 games. So I think Nintendo's #1 though. I think they're too influential.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Nintendo is video games because before it we had shitty Atari, ET, and
That's what caused the gaming crash.
the best we could get was Pong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was our peak. No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Nintendo is just too.
I think they're too powerful, but I think it's valid.
Too powerful.
Capcom 1 is valid. I disagree, but it's completely valid.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't deny it. I want in my personal top 10, Capcom would be the winner. But taking off any like bias, because obviously like right now Nintendo's in a kind of weird spot, but obviously they're gonna bounce back because lol Nintendo. And yeah, the way they treat their legacies also isn't perfect. Because I mean, what was the last F-Zero game?
Yeah.
And just stuff like that. But also with Capcom.
When was the last Lost Planet, huh?
Oh.
When was the last
Darkstalkers,
like
huh?
new Darkstalkers?
When was the last Star Fox?
Game development is just so expensive now that it's not reasonable anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but it is what it is.
And like with these two companies, especially like everyone expects them to reinvent the wheel every time.
Yeah, Capcom, like if they don't swing for the fences, people will just be like PS3 game, like You know, this is like a whole rant I could do about gaming right now. But really, most complaints people have, we brought on ourselves, like collectively.
Yeah. By not
Mankind
buying
knew
the
they
cheaper games and not
Listen,
kidding.
we basically asked for $80 games. We kept saying we want
Yeah.
bigger games with more graphics and more stuff over and over again. And this is we're reaping what we sowed.
And DLC.
I'm not mad. I don't blame them.
We can't blame
Yeah,
the
I don't
beasts.
blame Capcom for going. We had to spend $10 million to make RE4. Holy shit, you know, or whatever, or 50 million or whatever. I blame people for going lol PS3 game every time they see a Koei Tecmo game.
Yeah, exactly. They'll
That's the
learn.
real problem.
They'll eventually learn the hard way, and then we can be like, "We told you."
Yep. They
Also,
will.
shoutouts Gamerkazi. Glad you enjoyed it. I thought this also was peak.
Yeah, this
It
was
only
a really
got
fun
it
stream.
only got better and better.
It
And
did. That
yeah,
was
I'm
hard,
really
too.
yeah. Ronald, please codify the list. Make it so.
You know, I'm
Well,
pissing
so
me
what are
off.
what are we agreeing on?
I think it's
3 is Sega,
Capcom, Nintendo.
Capcom and 2, and Nintendo.
Okay.
If Capcom is Mike Tyson, Nintendo is Muhammad Ali, the greatest
Muhammad Ali.
there ever was and the
If-
greatest
if
there
you-
ever will be.
If you look at
What
this
would Sega
list and
be,
you have a
like,
problem with it,
Who would
Joe
Sega
Fraser.
be
Fair.
like? Yeah,
you might
Fraser,
be a
yeah.
slight contrarian. You might not. Yeah. I will
Likely
say,
a
if you're a
contrarian.
CRPG fan, like big RPG heads will probably not like this list. And that's
Yeah,
valid.
there's definitely gonna be some.
You know,
Honestly, I'm expecting the most blowback from the Square fans. Like, not even kidding.
I think Square and Game Freak being on the list, people are so mad about Game Freak right now.
Deny Pokemon to my face and be fair about it. That's the thing too. A lot of these arguments are people being unfair and like not considering the whole
Maybe,
scope.
okay,
and,
like the amount of cope I've seen over Pokemon ripping off Dragon Quest is so funny.
yeah, I'm just like,
They literally look
okay.
at them
And
like, I'm
also,
sorry, bro.
What are some of our like big surprises? Like, what were the upsets and what were the like?
I'm honest.
Like,
gonna be honest
surprises.
with you.
I think
Game
Konami
Freak,
would not
I
have
did
made
not-
it.
I didn't think. Game Freak
I had
was
to
gonna make
fight
it.
tooth and nail for Konami. I
Well,
had to
you know,
show
I think-
people
I think-
why.
I think the Castlevania is a huge part, like,
Yes.
for me, of like, you know what, Castlevania is really fun.
Castlevania, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Bimani were like my backup plans. I'm like,
I
just
think
in
Koei
case.
Tecmo is shocking.
Yeah, because
I'm
that,
Koei's biggest shill. on
that
this
was the
front.
one where it's like, okay, one of these cheaper games, and I'm not kidding, has to make it. And I think that's the perfect
Yeah.
one to make it. Because they've been doing,
Yeah.
like, their game plan has been very consistent.
No, I
Very,
think
very
they're
consistent.
the perfect example. I'm glad they made the list, because to me, they're the best example of that. And they're best example of, you buy a full-price game, and if you buy a Koei game, it will be packed with content. It will be fun to play, but it will probably not run great or look great. And to me, that is way more valuable than something that looks great and is the newest Ubisoft.
Yeah, they're like the last couch co-op game makers, too.
Yeah,
Which is
and
a sad not counting Nintendo, of course. But
yes.
what
It is
really got
sad.
me, what was really eye-opening for me was Platinum. I'm like, oh yeah, their legacy is good, but it's not good enough, unfortunately.
I think for me,
I love
Platinum is just, I think they're too niche. So like, if you're like me and you're like, okay, well, I'm learning how to fucking Umbran Spear cancel. Yeah, they're top 10, but most people aren't like that. And that's, and I wouldn't put them this high unless you're like that.
I really,
You know what I mean?
really, they were also they were a contender of like so close. Like if we had the right amount of people, then the 2B Force could have inched them into top 10.
Which they would be in for the wrong reasons. They should be in because Wonderful 101 is the only action game with a good scoring system. You know, not because 2B has the funny booty butt cheek when you climb a ladder. Like that's like the wrong reason. You know, like Wonderful 101 has an actual good scoring system. Bayonetta like totally changed how action games play with the dodge system and dodge offset. You know, like those are like valid. But I think they have some real slop on their list.
Yeah,
I think it's overstated. The amount of times I've heard Platinum sucks, and I'm like, well, what was the last bad game? Babylon's Fall. What about before that? Oh, Korra. It's like, that was 8 years ago, bro.
Yeah, like, come on.
8 years ago, get over it.
Yeah, but also, I think, like I said, unless you're really autistic into this kind of stuff, like me, they're not that good. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you're playing Bayonetta 2 7 times, it's not like Nintendo tier. So
Also,
and they
there's a
don't have
world
the
where
variety.
there's a world where Capcom makes number one based on the amount of people, just for the fighting games alone.
No, I think
Like
yeah,
you think of the monumental, like SF2, obviously,
Oh,
Alpha
yeah.
Series, CVS2, Marvel.
NBC,
Oh,
but
yeah.
NBCI though.
Like, or if you got the people who are like, I fucking love Phoenix, right? I'm gonna die for him.
No, I love Ace Attorney, man. I fucking love
Ace
Phoenix.
Attorney,
That was really hard.
Another...
Putting Nintendo Capcom was hard. I just think I can't overlook the legacy, like, influence factor Nintendo has.
Yeah, Ronald, can you play that Fast and Furious sad song? The It's Been a Long Day, and then have a Grasshopper and Platinum driving away, going.
Joining hands, fading away.
Honestly, yeah.
I gotta
If
actually-
you could have like a little intro, and it's like a Baywatch scene where they're running towards each other in slow mo, and it's Platinum and
The Grasshopper.
and it's like playing the Titanic or whatever.
Those are my two saddest picks. This isn't a fair world. But no, but this is a very fair list. This is a very fair list. Really, the only one that would contentious whatsoever would be Game Freak.
I think so.
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
Koei
like,
Tech-
I didn't
dude, if
expect
Neo
Game Freak to
2,
make
if Neo
it.
was not so good, I don't think Koei Tech would.
I think
have been
Koei Tech
Neo.
will, at first glance, seems like a what the fuck choice, but once you really break it down, you're like, yeah, there may be
Please
a
play
one-trick
Neo 2,
pony,
guys. I'm
but that
begging
trick,
you.
they may be a one-trick pony, but that pony, that trick is the 900, and it's fucking sick every time.
Please
Gotta
play
put in the
Neo
sound
2.
effect.
Yeah, it's Pokemon, but
I'm
again,
shilling it.
defy Pokemon that doesn't rely on a current game. Like, that's all I ask.
Pokemon slaps.
It's gonna stay forever. Like, Pokemon will outlive us, guaranteed.
I'll be surprised. I'll be super sad. I think if Pokemon dies
It won't.
before I pass
It
away, I'm just
I
saying.
guarantee it.
I'm
I would
just
bet
saying.
money.
All right.
You could have my
I'm saying,
kidneys.
if it does, I will ball.
Hell is broken
I know
loose.
I will ball.
A nuke has been launched,
I think
unironically.
who else would even be on this list that like?
Yeah.
I
What are
think
the
this list is really good.
what are the top 15? What's so close?
The honorable mentions?
I don't know. We'll let people
Yeah,
decide that
honorable
later.
mention?
Yeah.
We can revisit it later if
another
y'all
day.
want. I do need to go.
Yeah. I think that's. I think that's.
I think this list
I'm glad.
is great. It was
I'm
really
glad it
fun.
worked out. It definitely was
Really
a bit of
fun
a rough start for sure. I was like, oh no, is this gonna work out? But no. This.
That's my fault. My fault.
Nah,
I'm
That's all
glad
good.
we defeated some of the real bad ones, real villains.
Bro, I had
Yes.
Konami gets an award for strongest survivor. I had to.
They do. Konami and EA, bro. EA
I was Zoro doing the nothing happened here, just taking all the pain. It's
Okay, dude, honestly, I'm gonna get Ronald banned from Twitch right now. The Konami Kojima thing is so overblown. Don't get me wrong,
Honestly?
they were mean. Konami fucked up. But like Kojima, when I was looking into it, I was like, man, this guy was blowing money like fucking crazy. Like, and they're like, hey, is the game done? It's been like 6 years. He's like, nah. It's like, what the f- You spent like $25 billion
Guaranteed.
on
Yeah.
Peter Sutherland?
Oh, I agree.
They shouldn't have done that though. They fucked up though. Like,
Counterpoint, he makes all the money back, and if he doesn't,
he does.
they do.
yeah, no. Oh no, I'm
So
not.
it's like
disagreeing.
it's
I'm just
absolutely
saying I
overblown.
do get slightly annoyed.
This is the one time where I'm like, he has to flex nuts, and you just gotta get over it.
They really, dude, they fucked up by letting Kojima go.
And yes,
Well,
his
they
nuts-
really fucked up by being asshole. Like, you can't accept your award. Like, it's
Yeah,
like, really?
they're on some
Come
scum
on.
shit.
They were.
But even as scummy as that is, like, it just can't negate their.
But no,
doesn't
it's
undo
overblown. People are
everything
still
else.
mad about Konami now. It's like,
Yeah.
get the fuck
Also,
over it.
I intentionally left off Koji Pro off because again, only one game, 1.5 if you count PT. So shout
I
outs
would
to
say
you, Koji
Team
Pro.
Lab, That's slop. That's death middening. I don't know.
Alright, guys, I gotta
Death,
go.
Death Peakening?
No,
Next time.
Alright, guys,
That's for
I gotta
another day.
go.
Die
I gotta
hard,
go to bed.
man.
Night.
I'm about to get hard, man.
Out of here.
Yes, I'm gargling Kojima's nuts. What of it? Are you gonna cope or are you gonna
guys,
seethe?
have a good night.
It's that scene from from No Country for Old Men. Call it cope or seethe.
What's that?
I just flip a coin.
Alright.
What are you gonna do, Ronald? Call it.
What's the head's choice in this case?
Cope.
Alright, cope.
Alright. You got seethe.
Oh my gosh. Well, if I do end up putting this on YouTube, debate us in the comments.
Yeah, tag Max. Yo, Max, I just straight up ripped this off from you.
We
Good
ripped
shit.
off your format.
Full blown.
Debate me. Lol.
Was it George Lucas that said, good artists copy, great artists steal? Someone said that. I'm almost certain it was George Lucas. So, yeah.
Well, in the famous words that we all know and love, this is my original OC, do not steal.
Actually, no, please steal. Original the character, feel free to steal.
Like, comment, subscribe, and whatever.
What do you think of the format? Because I feel like we could do it again, but with something else.
No, we're absolutely doing this with more stuff. Definitely.
Granted, Max and the boys pretty much did all the specific like console generation, so maybe want to skip past that. But other than that, like I think we could think of something else. Maybe like, I don't know, best fighting game characters. Yada 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 yada.
Whatever comes to mind, put it in the stream suggestions channel. We definitely
Also, fuck all y'all that said Konami. I'm out here. Defending Peak.
He's out here.
I'm Kino's strongest soldier.
Holding it down in
3 times. Where's that Angry Joe with the 4? But said take off a finger 3 times. 3 hours.
Oh, frick.
No, that was great. I actually really like our list.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty happy with it.
This is pretty good.
Here's
Alrighty.
Utmost Kino. People, I would love to see your guys' co-lead in the...
Yeah.
Please. I'm begging you.
No memes, like actually debate. I want to see what gets.
Yeah, I want to see it so I can not change it and laugh. No, I do want to see people's picks. Obviously, it's going to look very drastically different, but I'm happy.
Yeah, and I'll put a
Good
screenshot.
shit.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching.